Up all those frames.
I don't want that though.
It's
So
not
that
like
was
anything really changes.
so that was the first time we burnt down an orphanage. Oh wait,
No.
Or
That's
was
true.
it the fifth?
you don't want to burn down an orphanage, really?
No.
Why not?
I don't want to.
I heard that they had the best tasting meat.
What if every kid in there is like marble?
Oh wow.
That'd be public service, really. You know?
Here's the question. Would they be able to coexist together?
I'm pretty sure that orphanage burned down a long time ago.
I'm pretty sure they burned it
They
down
don't. They don't need any
themselves.
external help.
There's only there's only so many dark corners for them to brood in.
Yeah, it's a pretty big building because you can only have 4 in each room.
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily. They could just make the room very small, like a closet. You know.
No, I'm just thinking of Futurama with Bender's apartment. This is my room, and this is my storage. A giant, like, 2,000 square foot flat.
Mhm. Well, I know it's been a week. So, y'all won the competition by dragging a Hydra in. Good job.
Yay!
You got your next job, which was to escort a large caravan,
Yes.
large cargo. That
That has
night,
nothing suspicious about it at all.
you asked, and you said the person told you no, they're not going to tell you. That night, Arvin and Grewin went off to go talk to somebody. Brew, did you still want to go through that? I know Grewin's not here. You were gonna get a bit of a lore dump, so I ended the game early.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right. Maybe I'll leave that up to you if you want to wait till we can like maybe do a recap of it and
For
proceed.
flashback.
Do a little flashback.
Because I know it was relevant. It was
Yeah.
well. To realize how relevant that could have been. So that'll be a bit of a flashback if we get to it.
Okay.
The next day, or you are all pretty much asked to meet at this particular spot in the city. You get there, and there is a big ass fucking cargo box, almost like for us who would know, it's like a train, almost the size of this cargo box. Maybe not about half the size, but it's on a big ass cart. It's got 4 horses carrying it. It's I have it dimensions here: 10 feet tall by 8 feet wide, and it's 12 feet long. And it's just this blank wooden, just big box. And in the driver's seat is that elven woman with the bun that you saw last night. Well, her name was Fids. She's got her glasses on. She seems a little more like dressed and kind of ready to go for travel. And she's got a book, just a book. She's kind of just flipping through it, waiting for you guys.
Oh, I see. She's waiting for us. Sorry. Ooh, where am I?
You're here.
No.
Sorry, I gotta close all these windows.
Mhm.
Too many.
That sounds like a problem.
Okay, so we show up, I guess.
Yeah. You guys walk up.
Yes.
She's just kind of been engrossed in the book at the moment.
What time of day is it? The
Early
morning?
I think.
Early morning.
Good morning. We are here.
It kind of just looks up and blinks and. Oh, all right. Well, who's driving with me? You all have your own horses?
I imagine.
Yes,
I
we
imagine
do.
they do.
I think we did.
We rode in here on horses.
Good.
Not dinosaurs, horses.
So basically, yeah, she's just seems to be waiting for you. guys. Are you ready then?
Ooh.
Yes. Do you need assistance up there? Do you need someone to
Well,
keep you company on the cart?
personally, I've never controlled these things, so maybe someone who might have an idea what they're doing would help.
I
Ah,
got this.
someone good with animals.
I'm good with animals too.
Are you?
Doya, why don't you jump up here?
Okay. Doya kind of clambers
Make an
up.
Insight, Kyle.
Okay.
All right. She mustn't have heard you.
Okay.
We'll
Kind of
Well,
weird how
flank.
she's holding her nose a lot, though.
we'll flank the cart, both front and back, and although I suppose you'll have to guide us on where we're going.
We're just heading back to Che Falls. The road cuts through Hilleen. Don't think there'll be much of an issue. Pretty well-traveled road.
You just point our friend Doya in the right direction, and she'll get you there.
What's the worst that could happen?
Well,
I'll trail back behind the cart, and I'll try to confer with Marble. You know, that goes great usually. So
so she basically points forward, and like the cart starts to travel.
all right. He specifically
Walking
said he
and
didn't
talking.
care what was in the cart.
Yeah.
So no curiosity what's in the cart at all, huh? Marble.
No?
No.
We talked about this, Steve.
I thought you were somewhat of a rebellious youth and liked to
Don't
break
do
the
shit
rules.
without a reason, dude. Look, it's an easy job. You just follow the fucking cart. Why you want to
Okay.
make everything complicated?
I guess I get bored too.
Join the club.
They seem like nice people.
You're up front.
She says out loud to the
Yeah,
person
right?
next to her.
That'd be some pretty good
Sure,
hearing.
it has nothing to do with the conversation. She just says that from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the girls just fade behind you. She's like, mm-hmm. She just seems to be like focusing on her book. At some point, she'll just kind of tell you to turn in a certain angle, and then you're
Yep.
on like the main road,
I-
heading southeast.
How's the road looking?
It looks fairly clear. For the lulz, let's somebody roll a D10. Oh, sorry, D20, just to get that weather going on. And then Julie, roll a animal handling check.
I imagine
Radio.
car check this morning.
Yeah.
We
That's
do the
pretty much gonna be-
Yeah.
that's going to be pretty much a given thing
Sure.
every morning.
Go for it.
Maybe Rooster is a good name for your character because he's acting like a weather vane.
Right? You said a D20? Would be two
Yes.
D20s, right?
One.
20s, yeah.
Oh yeah, 2 because morning and night. Let me pull up.
13 and a 14.
I was gonna go off the easier one instead of finding where I put it. Light rain, all day.
Cool.
Yeah. So you guys set off and just kind of a light drizzle. The animal
Been
handling
raining
check.
a lot.
Glad I got this new hat.
Doya doesn't seem too bothered by the rain.
The
How big is the cargo we're carrying again?
it is.
Train car size,
It's
basically.
10 feet tall, 8 feet wide, and 12 feet long.
What about the meters?
You're gonna have to deal with that. Is that
Okay, well.
actually
I will, however,
three.
request that you don't snack in your bike, please.
It has three sits wheels instead of two, or two sets, basically.
Mhm.
I don't know, because it's a big ass. Seems to be maybe heavy. Just needs that extra support.
Hmm.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a big cart. The girl up front doesn't
The-
seem to be bothered by the rain, and neither does the book.
Hmm.
So she seems to be just dressed for travel. So I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Pulls up the hood, keeps reading.
Interesting. Okay. Does she doesn't seem she doesn't seem nervous at all. Like I know she was like unsure before.
Make an insight check.
Okay.
None of that.
You get the impression she's kind of trying to guard her face, but you kind of do a few circles, and throughout some of the day you're there, you get an idea that she's not happy to be there. She's not impressed, and well, we're just kind of
Well,
pissed.
she's just gonna have to get used to this.
Yeah, right. But that's very much it is. Like, fuck, I'm here, but it's my job, and she's doing it. She's not going to complain about it. So, let's say you guys go through about 1 day of travel fairly unimpeded across kind of the open plains you did out of the little bit of forest that was around Raystone. So that's not too bad.
Okay.
And then you see the forest you're coming up to just in the horizon. Did you want to kind of push into the forest, or did you just park in the middle of plains? She's kind of just hands off. You guys are kind of in control of where and how you do the camping.
Let's try to push for cover. It's been a good day, but I don't want to press our luck.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
You don't even go that much further. It's not too hard. You're probably an hour out of it. So just inside cover, did you want to find somewhere to... How are you handling this big-ass thing? Like, are you just parking on the road?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine we're gonna. It's probably gonna be hard to maneuver through cover. So
Park next to the road and sleep next to it. It's not like anyone's gonna steal
yeah.
it.
All right, you can do that just before the forest, like right at the edge. Gotta stop, make camp.
So yeah,
Yes.
parallel park it.
Where should I park it?
Parallelly.
Parallel to the trees.
Okay. Doya's gonna try to park it like that.
You pull off to the side of the road, not too hard.
Yeah. Okay.
There's two other carts to parallel.
Does it make a beep beep sound when you put it in reverse?
Got to. Stay tuned.
Add prestidigitation to do that, or would that be thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
But it used to be prestidigitation for that.
So night falls. Still raining. The fig up front actually climbs and sits on top of the cart itself. Let me just see.
And I'll end up casting the tiny hut next to it. Once we get to that
It's
point.
probably big enough to actually put it on top.
Not quite.
No?
It's 10-foot sphere, is 12 feet long, so we can get most of it, but the back
You
will be dead.
checked.
Ah.
Mhm.
I I wouldn't be able to withstand my curiosity. I would try to chat her up and see if I can get any information from her.
Go right ahead.
I was gonna take refuge below the cart, I think.
There's enough room for sure.
So I'd probably just start by saying, is this your first time escorting cargo like this?
You come here often?
It's like all time sitting by the campfire. It kind of just gives you a look. Hasn't seemed to really pulled herself out of the book. Major persuasion check.
I'm not using my sweater.
Not bad.
Ooh.
She kind of just closes the book and puts it on her leg, as she's still sitting in the rain. Yeah. Usually just run the books. Manage the inside of things.
More of a thinker than a doer, I suppose.
Alright. Managing has... You still got to do a lot of things when you're in charge of this operation.
Oh, so
I'm
you're...
just not the one who... In Raystone.
I
I'm...
see. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, I'm... Yes, I was the one who was chosen to go out, though, so...
And what do you know of our patron? My God, I wasn't taking notes back then. What
Well,
was
it's suitable,
what was
considering.
what was his name? I actually don't know his name because I've never met him as.
I keep forgetting it, personally.
Well, that probably is fine for
Bright
Marvel,
eyes.
too.
Yeah, Golden Eyes. 64.
I'll just say, what do you know of our patron, the one who's paying for this cargo?
Paying for everything here. I worked for him for a couple years. He's a good-
Interesting.
He's pretty fair boss, at least.
I've apparently worked for him too, though. Long story short, I've experienced some memory loss or perhaps memory gain. So you normally do the numbers and crunch the numbers and oversee from behind the scenes. Is there anything we need to be worried about on this trip?
I hope not. Well, that's what you guys are here for. The fact that you took down a Hydra means it sounds like your group is pretty capable.
Yes, surely.
Definitely wasn't a fluke.
We are heroes.
Goddamn right we are.
Well, what's in the cart?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Not at liberty to say.
Ask her to write it down. That's not saying anything.
Who's I thought you said you were the one who ran the books. And you had some rank in your group. Does a group have a name?
No,
Group
we're
5.
just... There's no official name for us. We're all just employed. It's a business.
I'm just curious that under whose order are you to not reveal what's in the box?
Currently, the man bat in Raystone. I forgot his name. Let me pull it up. It was Seymour, I believe. Seymour. Seymour told
It's
me
not
not to
just
say
us.
anything. So I'm not going to say nothing.
All
And
right.
even if I did, I don't even really know.
Even if. What have you been reading? I noticed you've hardly looked up from that book since we left town. Must be pretty good.
Oh, I'm a bit of a practitioner of arcane, so I'm just going through my spell book.
Ah. There's a few among us who have some skill in that. Are you any good?
He shrugs his shoulders.
Well, as you said, hopefully we don't find out. Hopefully we have a smooth journey. And hopefully no one gets hurt or lost along the way.
Let's hope. It kind of just feels like that's the end of the conversation and just opens the book up and just starts reading again.
Don't take the hint. Keep talking. It's a power move.
No, it's sort of it was sort of a very veiled. It was sort of a threat, but not really a threat. I was being sincere, but I'll leave it at that for now.
It was a threat, but such a weak one that it didn't really register.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, roll an insight.
Okay. I'm not good with those, but I'll do it anyway.
Man, you get
You
good.
go,
We don't
dwarf.
practice.
Yeah, it seems like that's all that. Yeah, didn't seem to register. Not too sure. She seems very, I'll say guarded, but she's just, yeah, you believe her. Doesn't know too much. She probably doesn't even know what's in there.
I suppose we should keep watch. Our friend Smurf, you'll take the last watch, I'm assuming, with the muffins and whatnot.
That's how it usually is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'll take the first one for the night, unless anyone has any other business to discuss.
And I guess I'll take second.
I'm just really processing all that information I heard the night before, It was a lot to take in. It's left Greyhound speechless.
Yeah.
Well, as you start your first check, as throughout the night, basically, nothing much really happens. I'm not going to go through it all. I guess we want to do our weather vane for the day. What? Doomjean, chapter 7 in the sky. What is the weather today? 211s? Wow. It's going to be a shitty couple days for you guys as it
How
continues to rain.
How many numbers have you assigned to rain?
It is 5 to 10. It's 1 to 5 sits to 10. Sits 10, 11 to 15, and then 16 to 20. It was the same numbers I used back during the tourney. I'm not gonna. Wasn't gonna use it until I thought about it.
So it rains half the time?
A quarter of it. Well, yeah, it would. It depends on how bad it is. Well, you guys were hitting
Shitty freaking weather.
what would have been spring, summer, but you do know it was getting oddly cold over in the other continent.
Mm-hmm.
And like snow, and so there's like different precipitation over here. It's not as cold, but thinking, wow, if it's like this over here, what the fuck might it be doing back in Calibri? It's rain. Heck, I just had to deal with like a couple weeks of it.
I wish we had rain.
Same.
Be nice if fucking took the grass pollen out of there.
We were supposed to have some today, but it didn't happen.
Yeah. So you guys get ready and get going. You get yourself going through the woods. Who wanted to ride up front? Was it gonna be Doy again?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Make an animal handling check.
Okay. Yeah.
Not bad. And as you get going, about halfway through the day, say everybody, you with that animal handling check, you're able to, as you go through, the horses kind of have a moment in the cart, the whole cart bumping it as you kind of stop, and you're like, what? Why? What's going on? Why are the horses kind of taking this terrain a bit differently? And you realize you're actually, I've explained this terribly. Sorry.
You want to start over?
Yes. The animal handling check allows you to keep control of the cart and everything as you stumble into a odd patch on the path. And I'd say make a perception check, everybody. Who cares? As you're on the path and you're looking around.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so Doya, you're like, oh, because you might have even seen this beforehand. The part of the path in front of you almost seems torn up. And the trees, as you kind of get into this spot right in the middle, it's almost like a crossway. But it wasn't meant to be. The road is in front of you. Something else tore through from this direction, basically.
Oh.
Through the road that you're on, across the road, and further on to the east. Joya, with that perception, it's not that wide, but it does kind of remind you of the tracks that the walker made. 2 sets almost, driding across, but it's not like a driding, it's almost like something chewed up the ground while the center is kind of left on rather, clean. But it's like 2 tracks. It's probably 15 feet wide overall, and it just broke through and has cleared an entire path. You can see straight down both ways until it like, hits a curve or something a little bit further down, but it has just gone straight through. It's not a beast that did this.
So is gonna point that out to the
thing
others.
did that.
That doesn't look right, everybody.
Mhm.
Probably best to keep an eye out, just in case.
They're. What do you see, Doya?
Well, something's torn up the ground, and it looks like something's dragged through the forest. Looks
It
big.
is chewed through. Irvin?
Well, I just crossed the road. We're staying on the road. As long as it's not going down the road, we're fine, right?
I sure hope so.
And Fade just
Yeah,
kind of
right.
looks both ways, kind of cots an eyebrow. Doesn't seem like it's our problem.
Doya's gonna
Kind
keep
of-
going with the cart.
And the rest of the day goes by uneventfully.
About where are we? Where we found
You
it?
would be
Before we reach the woods.
right. You were in the woods.
We're in the woods. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe halfway through. Oh, this isn't the perfect road. It's a little bit closer down
Like around here.
towards. Yeah, so it would be about this area.
We can't see your pointer.
Oh, yeah, where Julie is. Thank you.
Can you still click when you hold down your click,
You
it
can
still
still ping,
pings
yeah.
for you.
Okay. So would be the crossing would be about there. Like you're in the middle of the woods, but this thing cut through, coming straight across. You don't know which way it might be going, but it certainly tore a path, and you just keep going.
And so we're now coming into the second night here. Is that what you said? We're kind of the days
Yeah.
winding.
You're not quite out of sight of the forest. You're actually be a little bit after that. That probably might have been at maybe three or four when you saw that trail, and then after, well, you did go further into the woods. Actually, at about midday, and then about at the end of the day, you guys would have reached the woods because you guys pushed a little further the day before.
Oh, nice.
Took a day to get through the woods. And you just see open, rolling hills in front of you as the night comes back. And just pull out to the outside of the road again.
We'll get parked.
Yes.
Those.
Did she spend most of the day just going over her book again?
It seems to be that's her way of trying to just keep to herself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame her. I've done that.
I'd probably lean into it a little bit more again in the evening,
Okay.
and I would just say, so I assume you weren't born in Ricestone. From where do you hail?
There's a city further north, Calais. If you had followed the railroad, it would have gone straight through it.
Ah,
Marvin is that guy that sits next to you on the bus and starts talking to you.
well, we've from what I understand, we've done some work
Okay.
for.
Hey, brah.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
You're fine.
They're on the
No problem.
road and they're looking for information.
Super successfully too.
We are accompanying a cart, if you'll recall.
I do.
Marvin's going fishing.
We've traveled together for apparently a while now. I can only recall a couple weeks of it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done much work for our patron? Is anything more dangerous than this?
I said I've been working for him for a couple of years.
Yeah. Just, looking to exchange war stories, I suppose, if you're interested.
And yet you say you only have memory of the last few weeks. How would you have any more stories?
I have stories from before my time with, what are we calling ourselves? Did we decide?
Oh.
No, we never came up with a name.
Maybe it's for the best.
The marble is once again going to bed early.
You mentioned you were a practitioner of the arcane arts. I'm not. I have the ability to use magic, but my power. I believe I'm getting it from a patron. Have you heard of such things? and I'll like remove my helmet and I'll just
Show her
show her
your
my
horn.
horn.
And how big is the horn today? 11 inches?
That sounds.
2.
Whoops! It's 11.
She kind of just like
11 inches.
barely like looks up, like from on the hood still up, kind of glances over her glasses and looks at you. Like, you better should have that looked at.
That's kind of why I'm starting the conversation. Maybe you can tell me what you think about it.
Doesn't suit you.
Hmm. I can shoot beams from it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
How do you do your magic?
Through intense study and lots of concentration.
Do you have a speciality? Do you have a specific school of magic that you prefer?
Major persuasion check.
Okay, I am going to use the sweater this time. Persuasion, you said?
Mm-hmm. Okay. She closes the book, and it looks like she's about to get up and leave. And she just sighs, glances around. It's like, my magic is channeled through the book, and then she'll do a little snap of her fingers, and the book itself seems to glow. Let me see. And
I see.
from it, just kind of forms like a light that kind of comes out of the book. It's particular. I work with books a lot, so I manifest my spell work through them. And it's just this small little just light.
Just a light coming out?
Should get that looked at.
Make a perception check on it. It seems to glow within space around you. It's a little faded. "13. You can almost think you see in like a series of circles, like, series of rings overlapping each other, but they're not rings. They're sequences of words, but it's in Elvish. Like one ring, and then another one
Terumo.
crossing it, and then a third one. I think there's pictures of. I can't place what they are, but I know they're designs like that. It's just circles crossing over circles, all to make the sphere almost. But it is made out of just words in Elvish, but you're not too sure what they say. It's very small. You just kind of made out that much.
Okay. That is interesting. So I guess a meta knowledge, like there's classes, but
She is an Order of the Scribe.
Order of the Scribe,
Called it.
which is
Wizard.
it is a wizard. Okay.
Fairly new. Tasha book. Tasha subclass.
Yeah, the one looks good actually. I want to make one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is impressive. Well, I guess I'll let you get back to your studying. I guess just one more question out of curiosity.
If it is what is in the box, I won't tell you.
All right, then I have no more questions.
He tried.
And kind
She
of just
tried.
pushes her glasses up on her nose.
You said Marble went to bed early, right?
Yeah, he did.
Went to meditate early.
Right.
Under the tarp.
Under the card. In an alarm circle.
I kind of assumed he just like crosses his arms like out of frustration and just meditates with his arms crossed with a scowl on his face.
No, he likes to lie down. It's more comfortable.
I won't take the first watch, but I will offer to take the second last one in order to wake up and try to have a conversation with Marble.
And
Who's
Doyle
up first, too?
takes first.
All right. Who's got second then? There's 4, right?
Ruin?
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Doya.
tiny hut while we're at it.
Sure, everyone's sleeping in
Perception.
Tiny Hut.
With advantage, since it's dark out, or
Would be very basic as you have your shield.
Okay.
Balancing out the disadvantage.
oh,
All right. Well, your watch seems to go by uneventfully.
okay.
Oh, I can still do this. Oh, did it work?
That's Greywin's.
did go through, but she doesn't have dark vision.
That's true. Oh no, lost her.
Dark
Oh,
vision or no dark vision, you wouldn't be able to see. You would have to roll a disadvantage in low light, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are keeping a campfire up or anything. And it's raining. It'd be
That's
hard
true.
to see anyway. Okay.
That is yeah. Sorry. Ooh, that's a bad perception check. I
yeah.
didn't realize it was a 1.
It could have been worse, but not much worse.
Now, when you're doing your chats, the two of you, are you staying inside the tiny hut or are you walking outside in the rain?
Doyle would be walking outside.
Okay. What about Greenwood?
I imagine I got a feeling like she'd be standing on top of the crate as a vantage point.
Well, she'll be up there with the elf because she also stays up on top.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't talk to her, just stand at the other end, keeping eye.
Mm-hmm. Marvel, what was your passive perception?
17.
And Dolric, you were waking up to do your check.
Yeah.
So, you can make your check. As you kind of get up and start looking around. Cool. Well,
We're doing great.
you wanted to talk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Marble is up now.
Mm-hmm.
I would approach him cautiously,
Sitting
I
on the
would-
wagon, I guess.
and I'm hopefully out of earshot of the elf. I would just say seems like it's going pretty good so far. Should be an easy enough payday.
As for once.
Yeah. You use magic in the more classical sense, right? You have a spell book?
Who's asking?
Well, I guess me.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Do that possession would be pretty valuable to you, I assume, right?
He's just kind of like squinting at you.
I'm just curious. Like, for instance, if you were to able to get, if another wizard took your book, they could learn your spells, right? In theory.
Still looking at you.
And
Yeah.
I assume you're on the lookout for spells of your own. I
Sure.
you went to bed early last night, or whatever it is you do when we lose track of you.
Uh-huh.
I had a chat with our friend there, and I believe she's an arcane specialist as well. She had an interesting spell tome. It might be worth taking a look if you can find a way to borrow it for a little while. Just throwing it out there.
What are you after?
Not after
What are you
anything.
trying to do anything, right?
I'm looking out for a team member. An opportunity for you to grow in strength, and
Dude, I know about her book, alright?
oh,
He's already snagged it once.
she's got
Not gonna make a move on it before we're in town. Come on.
oh, right. Okay, fair enough. Play it cool. I gotcha. All right.
Fucking amateurs, I swear.
I'll leave it to you then. I'll just go back over here and finish the watch.
Yeah, you do that.
Set up-
Fucking A.
Probably about that time where Marble, as he's finally just out of the way, something he was kind of distracting. You're like, wait, what was that? And you look behind you, and then in just a second later, this bright light just starts shoots up from the top of the crate, and it shines. It's not that big of a light, but it's that mote of energy you had saw earlier, just launching up, and it lights up about a 10-foot area, and you can see the wizard Fig standing up on the top, just looking out into the darkness. And she looks down at you,
What is it?
and something's off over in that direction.
I look in that direction?
Make a perception check. In the dark.
I'll cast.
Disadvantage? Or did you say she lit it up?
Well, she has a small light around her. It unfortunately doesn't glow that big. As you are looking, I suppose she would then flick out 5 orbs of light and sending them out in all directions.
Yeah,
So
but that's still low light though. That doesn't
Yeah.
provide bright light.
But it at least goes off in a decent, and as it's tracking, I'd say as a normal one, a normal perception check as they're kind of tracking out, or like spreading out away from the.
Sure.
Not able to make out too much. But as you're kind of focused, like you also had kind of thought you had sensed something in the particular direction she had looked in.
I'm gonna climb the cart.
Well, you start doing that as an arrow, fwang, will hit just as you start to put your hand up on the side from a different direction, as if so.
I will grab the arrow and take cover.
All right.
Oh, I'm assuming I missed seeing this.
Well, you probably heard the
Oh
flame
yeah, and shout, I guess.
and the light
yeah,
and
'cause they
all
all
the
sound
other
alarm.
lights. Well, okay.
Everyone up.
Doy
She's
wakes
she's
up.
just gonna swear real loud.
Another arrow kind of goes and bounces. Well, you just hear the impact of like it hitting almost like a bud zapper as an arrow is careening up and over the mage who's standing up on top. She had raised an arcane shield to deflect an arrow that had come from a completely different direction, like across from where you guys had been having your conversation. At that point, she's like, she kind of just clambers down. Probably not safest to be up there. And then
Have I seen that the arrows are coming from different directions?
yes.
Alright, I'm gonna take refuge in the tiny hut for now then.
And she kind of lands, and you run into the hut, and everyone else is being woken up. She kind of sees you running away and goes, "Hey, what are you doing outside of just shouting and everyone rousing?" Sorry, Arvin.
Oh, I'll. You said it's dark and we can't see anywhere, right?
Yeah,
Like, how close is the tree line though to the cart?
not for you're probably parked just on the outside of it,
Okay.
and so that would have made one of the arrows came from the field, probably on,
I'll point.
and the other one probably would have come in from the woods.
I'll point the horn straight up. From where I am, and I'll cast a beam of light will come out of the end of the horn, centered over the cart, and I'll cast daylight in a sphere 60 feet around the cart.
Oof. All right. I can just picture you just going, and just pew, and this bright light just kind of launches out of everywhere. All right. Well, everyone who's being roused, you're being roused.
With
Yeah.
more or less delicacy.
Doy gets up and she takes a look around, looking for
Everybody
danger.
Make a perception check.
Advantage or normal
You
for
would-
me?
With the daylight, it's regular. For you, Doria, you have your shield.
So just normal or
With advantage, you have your shield.
okay?
It's in daylight right now. Man,
Okay.
no one can see
Good
fucking
thing.
shit.
Because I cast daylight.
Good job.
But it's like, when you flip the light on really too quick when you're in the
Yeah.
dark.
Oh god,
so,
my eyes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I already failed mine, so.
Where's Pra?
He's here. I think.
Was here.
I didn't know where I should jump in.
Right now.
Now, you're
here.
with us.
Gotcha.
We're just defending a cart.
What am I rolling right now?
Perception. To see who is shooting you.
You were sleeping in
I-
a magical bubble, and then a elf kid came in and kicked you awake.
Technically, the
Sounds
magic bubble
about
is still
right.
there.
Yep.
Do I get advantage because my night sight?
It's not night anymore. It's bright daylight.
I cast
Awesome.
daylight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, let me actually cast it so it removes a slot. Whoops.
Perception.
Just light up the entire countryside.
I didn't know it oh man, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't. It
Just lit up a 60-mile radius. Good job.
it brought out a thing without me.
You just fucked up everybody's day-night cycle. The roosters are going crazy.
It automatically brings out a compass for you when you cast it. "60-mile daylight" spell is pretty impressive.
Okay. Well, what do we have? We had a 14. Okay. So, Alnon, you're able to, as you kind of get roused up in the light, you're able to spot a darker figure kind of laying against the ground, maybe 30 feet away from the group. You actually spot two, as you're like, wait a minute, out there. And then up from behind you, you can see, or you hear Fade shouting, there's two on the right. And so she points between the two of you, identify at least four kind of spread out in an arc in the field around you. And she's like, there's at least one in the woods. Well,
Full initiative.
I guess this is what we're paid for.
Well, according to the equation, there's at least 5 ninjas, so we should be alright.
there's more than one. That means he's
Ambush.
Southlands.
so basically, as they're being called out from one of them, you're not quite sure who. You just hear someone shout, "Just put your weapons down and walk away. No one will get hurt." As another arrow swing. They seem to be good enough shots to not hit anybody, but it like
Well, who are they shooting at?
well said who's stepped outside of the
Well, I'm still
Bubble.
outside the bubble because I was on watch.
you, and then Fid is. Did anybody else walk outside when they got aroused?
Goon's not, because that's stupid.
Fade in the bubble
Goon
and
is,
can go see
while
if
they're
we can
in
from
this
there.
negotiation phase, gonna...
Doy is
I'll just mage
outside.
armor.
It would probably be in front of the person who casts daylight. Kind of launches in front of your foot.
I'll
Yeah,
just
go,
shout
"Ah!"
out to them and say, I can't drop my weapon, it's attached to my head.
That's not my problem.
Why don't you step out into the light and we can parlay? I like saying parlay.
We're doing that right now. Leave the cargo. No one gets hurt.
And I'll shout out, do you know what's in this crate?
Do you?
No, that's why I asked.
No, that's why, yeah. No, I was hoping you did. It's, whatever you do, don't open it up to find out.
Wonderfully motivating.
Alright, Marble's gonna crouch down and try to make his way back under the cart without getting seen.
Sure. Make a stealth check.
Nice.
And nice.
Nice.
Oh, I just have to warn them, okay.
Bullshit.
Make a perception check as you kind of sleep back underneath, as you spy onto the opposite side.
Ooh.
Perfect. Yeah, as you kind of duck underneath, and you are able to kind of see the opposite side, kind of the tree line, you can spot two people dressed in like dark leathers. One has a bow, and they seem to be creeping forward towards the cargo.
Well,
Oh, it has to be centered on an object.
still a 60 radius, even if it's like
I guess
You're
not
rolling.
in the air.
I was thinking like maybe the cart itself, but maybe that's too much of a beacon.
Maybe that would be hurtful to our eyes.
Yeah.
Anyways, Doy is gonna step up and she's gonna stand by the card and she's gonna kind of cast her eyes around. She's like, "That's awfully rude of you to attack us in the middle of the night. I don't think you should be doing that."
You think you hear a chuckle from one of the sides.
No, it was Marble.
And Marble, yeah, well, Marble, you kind of chuckle, and you also hear one of the guys like, "Fuck, what does she think's going on?" One of the guys that are sneaking up, they haven't noticed you at all. And they basically just hear, "Last chance."
Are you sure you want to be doing this? Because I'm not going to move away from defending this cargo.
Are they lumped together, or are they pretty spread out?
You don't know. You don't see them.
That's fair.
We've seen some kind of all around us. So.
20 archers and 1 turtle. I think we have a good chance.
Insight?
Doya is just kind of...
Roll your insight.
Yeah, I'm going to roll insight.
Holy shit, it's the first time I get a good insight.
They're fucking lying.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
Quick reverse lie to them and tell them we got 40.
Doya is just... She considers this for a moment, then she kind of drops her mouth open in a smile. She's like, I think I would rather take you guys on than to kill a Hydra. I think I'll take my chances.
Intimidation check, intimidation check.
Definitely intimidation.
Sure.
Do it. Do it.
Not gonna work.
Yeah.
You should have used a
14.
cool name.
One of the guys in the back, Marble, you can hear is like, "What's a Hydra?" Maybe the guy's trying to shrugs. They are getting closer. They're one of them is without the shoulders his bow and actually starts to climbing up on the.
Under the cart. Oh, has they reached the cart?
Yeah,
I'm gonna stab the first one who reaches the cart.
go for it.
Shit out of them.
Sorry, hang on. Why does it say I have a wand?
You're a wizard.
I am a wizard. Oh yeah, that's because I lost my ruby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the correct damage. No. Yeah, no, I'm missing my. Oh, it's because my token's not here, so it didn't get the effects I just did. Gonna have to roll them manually, like a peasant. So hang on. That's 22 damage.
You just slip up and get this guy right in the chest as he goes to put his hands up, and he just and just quietly drops. The other guy looks to his right, like kind of like, what? Not quite noticing.
Quick, do it again.
I know we're not in initiative yet, so
Did you want to like
can I?
air quotes bonus action hide?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm
If
gonna
there
go
was-
Sand Fisher on them.
If there was one within 25 feet of me that I could see, I'd probably strike at them in a specific way.
Pretty clear at this point that we're going to be fighting, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Forgiven value of fight.
What's the general concept on getting a preemptive strike on these guys?
Have you ever played the Batman games?
No.
Oh,
Wait. Yes.
okay, we're doing that.
Basically, yeah. You kind of just slip in, slip out. The guy's just like, what? And he'll reach over to like grab his buddy. Like, hey, dude.
Bill.
And then he doesn't quite notice that he's just dead. He just grabs his arm, kind of confused. Out front, I guess. Joya, because the only 3 people they see are the 3 of you.
Mm-hmm.
There's basically going to be 1 shot on each of you.
Okay.
Joya's first. Man, terrible, terrible, terrible. Awesome. Does anyone have an 11 AC out of the three of you? Well, basically, Dorit. Sorry, Arvin, do you have an 11 AC?
Not anymore.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
he bought that.
I've got breastplate now.
What does it make it yours?
15.
Okay, yeah.
Look at that.
Each
Own
of
little
these three
pink
arrows
Conquistador dwarf.
Yeah.
fly at you, and you all kind of just seem to dodge them out of the way. That does mean that at least three of them did stand up from the distance. They're probably they seem to stand up and backed up to
I
get
don't
just
like
a
this
bit
because I
out of the
figure
range.
the good rolls are going to be saved up for the actual dangerous fight later.
As soon as sees one, Doy is going to charge them and attack.
They would be 40 feet away from you, or 45 feet away from you, at least the closest one.
She's going to charge them anyway.
Sure. Are you just going to run, or are you going to dash?
I'm not too sure what
'Cause
dashing does.
they wouldn't be in your range if you
Oh,
just
Eldritch
use
Blast.
your regular.
So basically, double move.
She could get 30 feet there and then boomerang.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
Yeah,
There
yes.
you go.
But then finish up bearing down on him.
So
Good
run,
idea every once in a while. It's my
whip out
contribution
that,
for the night.
run forward, whip out that boomerang. You just click the button,
Yeah.
roll a hit.
I'll start a blasting.
Sure.
So I
20.
just started blasting.
20 hit.
Yeah. Eldritch Blasting. What's your damage? And I believe
What the hell
Is it
that
versatile?
Fast attack.
other formula is the one you want to click.
Okay.
11. Nice. And then are you both hitting the same person, or are you both hitting different people?
What
Either
are her
one
targets?
Either one I can see.
Yeah, you see three of them in front of you at least.
Doy is
Well-
gonna hit the middle one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hit a different target if possible. I think I have to roll another one. What is this fast attack? I think that one would probably miss.
Yeah, so the first one, Doy, you run forward and whip the blade. Like, you kind of just swing your blade and it unclips and spins around. And as it strikes the guy in the middle, just big crack of thunder goes off as it spins back to you. The guy is like almost knocked on his ass. I believe there is a knock. He has a constitution roll I have to do.
I believe so, yeah. DC 10.
The idea of
Alright,
a turtle
so
with
he
a
isn't
boomerang
stunned.
axe is still hilarious.
But he's kind of just like, what the fuck, almost. He looks like it kind of chipped him. And you got an 11 on the one guy, 5 damage. Strike the
5,
one
yeah.
guy. He kind of, you strike him in the shoulder. The third guy who just saw the two of you, like, this is right, middle, and then this guy's the guy on the left. He's just like, what the fuck? Anybody else?
They weren't supposed to fight back.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it.
I wouldn't-
Once Stoy is going off, Goon would step out of the bubble and just cantrip at him.
Against using the Force Ballista, I'm sure that Alman would have had it out this whole trip.
Whatever we do, we can't let them look inside the cart to know what it is.
Reverse psychology is not going to work.
I'm trying.
Doing
yeah,
his
no.
best.
I would, did Joy kill her target, or?
No.
No? Okay, yeah, then Goon will step out and start blasting.
Mm-hmm. They'll
Are we
hit,
just lining up attacks then?
Oh,
basically.
cool. And his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Well,
Till the
with
next turn.
your damage, you're able to you shoot him, and he just kind of like takes the blast, kind of falls down, and kind of just curls on his side, like he's just so cold.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't move.
Yeah, y'all
Uh,
done goofed!
9 to hit, doesn't end up hitting.
No. Hush.
I guess we'll go back to the other side. Marble,
Oh yes.
you got one guy who's dead, kind of slumping backwards. You got his companion who's like grabbed his arm, like to the left to grab his arm, but then he kind of just lets him go and goes to start climbing himself.
Right. Time to stab him too, I suppose.
All right.
Oh, jeez.
I love Elven accuracy, it's great. See, that was 2d6 and a d8.
Ooh, ow, what?
29 damage.
Ow, what?
Again, as he's like climbed up, you just slip out from behind him and get him right in the back of the neck. And then he just slumps down. And then you take a moment to look around, and with your perception, you're able to like, what was it? I think that was all that was back here.
Gonna go back into the carriage.
Yeah. Sloop.
Have fun.
I like how we had this frontline fight that's starting to develop, and then Tim's just like slowly decimating their backline while none of them realize it.
It reminds me of when we did that SWAT sweep of that cavern.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Let's see.
It's about time I took some more rogue levels, though.
The one guy that got hit on the right side by the Eldritch Blast is just gonna fucking run into the darkness.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, it's dark. I forgot.
Yeah, technically you only have 60 feet, I believe, of vision, basically, and they are at the 45, so they have 15 feet, and he's gone. He just fucking puts it. The other guy is going to take a stand and shoot one more, and then bolt himself.
Well, it's 60-foot daylight and then
Dim light?
60-foot dim light.
Okay.
Just for, I mean, he'd still have dim
Clarity.
light cover, but
So the one
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
is using his full movement, basically, to get 60 feet away. He'll make it, 45 feet into the dim light. This guy's going to shoot at,
sorry, go ahead.
let's see, which one of these you want to shoot? I mean, there's a big plenty. He's basically just going to shoot randomly. First, let's find out who shoots at. You got,
I think they're
Fade.
starting the panicking a little.
yeah, you got Fid, you got Arvin. There's 6 of you who popped your heads out. There's 3 in there, 2 in there that popped their heads out, 2 outside, 1 on the side. So
Yeah, they were like the goose that was like trying to talk shit on the elephant, and the elephant grabbed him by the neck and didn't know what to do with that. We bit back.
Yeah.
Well, they were like, oh, we'll just intimidate the few guards they have and take the thing. And then, like, we just had
clown card.
9 people pile out of the clown
Clown
car.
car.
Yeah, out of the
I
clown
have
car.
actually
Tiny hut.
A kind of funny story about that, but I'll tell it after. Let's see.
The guy who's running,
And start shooting, like, 4 different kind of projectiles at them.
A fucking
Yeah.
boomerang axe, a ray of frost,
He's
fucking
not out of-
arrows.
if he's not out of line of sight, I could Eldritch Blast him again because I have 120 feet, right?
Mhm.
So, just
Do it.
you have to.
Do it.
Out of
yeah.
everyone there who has attacked or shot back, the guy is going to take a shot at someone in your bat line.
I feel my luck.
See if it hits.
I feel my luck running out.
No, the arrow doesn't go anywhere near your bubble. It'll actually fly past most of you, and thunk. You almost hear, and you hear kind of like, fucking hell, as the arrow goes through the shoulder of Fig and has stuck her to the box.
Wow, good shot.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
21.
Yeah.
Her shield wouldn't have been able to block it.
Goon's gonna go help her.
I'll Eldritch Blast the guy
And
running.
he, yeah, like, well,
The far
They
one or the
both
near
run.
one?
Which one do you want? The
Oh,
one further or
the
the
one that
one
I hit.
that's the one that,
That
you
was
had
the
already
further
hit?
one, I think.
Yeah, he's the furthest away. So go for it. A dim light. Does that impose disadvantage?
Well,
dark
it won't
vision.
matter.
Well, you have 2 shots. He only took 5 damage too, I believe.
I'll take disadvantage.
19
Okay.
will hit.
I got 2 13s. What the fuck?
You shoot him, and he like kind of trips and nearly falls, but is able to kind of just keep. You don't take him out.
Mhm.
And then the other guy is just kind of doesn't get as far, and he doesn't get a chance to use his action to run. But he also
The guy's frozen?
the guy who's frozen on the ground is frozen on the ground dead.
Oh, he's dead. Okay.
There's a third guy that no one's hit who shot Fid, but is going to run not as far because he took the time to shoot Fid.
How close is Doya to this target?
60. He ran 30 feet. He was 45, so he'd be, and he ran 30.
Oh, after
Another
I
40.
shoot,
He'd be 45 feet away from you again.
I'll head towards Fig 2 after I take my shot.
How far is the
Running
range?
running into the dim light. Don't think it's a large range. It's 20 feet.
20 feet.
Yeah.
She goes 30, and then she's gonna throw the boomer axe at this target.
Okay.
Cause in Doya's mind, this person hurt a friend.
Roll to attack.
It's your lifelong friend of 2 days, but it's your goddamn lifelong.
Still a
will hit.
friend. Right, other formula.
All right.
And constitution of
Ele-
10.
He passed.
Okay.
So you managed to whip the axe, and it's almost explodes under his feet, but he managed to kind of catch himself and keep going. Like you hit him, but it didn't stun him. And it comes back to you. Clip it back in. Marble, were you doing anything?
If
Just
there's
waiting.
no, I don't see anyone else getting close to the carriage. I'm just gonna, I think, drag one of them under and riffle his pockets.
Sure. You kind of just wait a sec, and you're like, all right. Just like I'm just picturing the camera view from above all of this. The blood just
Yep.
like some kind of monster movie.
Yeah,
Well, what makes it even worse is like his Marvel's a child, so like his arms are not nearly large enough to just yank the entire corpse under, but they do. Just there's these little grubby child hands. You just
Loot. Aldan and Dune, did you want to try and make some
Dune-
kind of shot at the 2 that were running?
Dune's helping Fig.
Okay. And then Aldan, you got 2 targets, one that is 75 feet away from you and another that is 90 feet from away from you, and both of them are kind of hit in the dim light. It's kind of hard to see them. The one that's further is taking the most damage. Well, at this point, I'm asking, do you want to attack anybody? I can't hear you. You might be cutting out. I can't. I'm not
That
sure.
force ballista on the 75.
I'm sorry. Force bliss on the 75. I don't understand.
Let's shoot the 75-foot one.
75.
Oh,
Yeah.
the 75-foot one. Yeah, sure. Roll to attack. You miss.
Oof.
Oh,
God,
Does
the
that-
one out there.
sorry,
Right?
Pra.
Don't sound so happy about it.
Oh no, he cracked.
I doubt
the
it.
open.
You're shooting away from it.
Yeah, you're shooting into the distance, into the fields. It just goes wide. He's getting into the dark. So basically, those 2 guys just kind of run past the vision you could see into the night. And you're like, okay, just the 3 of them. And you turn around and Fate is pinned to the wall.
Just don't,
Yeah.
Not having a
say-
good time.
don't
but
pull out
she's-
the arrow.
Keeping a straight face.
We'll have to remove the cart from around it.
She just gives you like a banana. Like I said, the banana hand look. It's like, what?
I'm just
squinted
kidding.
eyes and just the
yank that
wide.
thing out.
It's kind of like what?
No. Yeah, no, you snap off the other end and help pull her off of it effectively, leaving the arrow in the cart.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on her.
Are you okay, honey?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, seeing as they fled,
She's
Doy's
just
gonna
rubbing her
trot back.
shoulders.
She's gonna trot on back now that she's chased off the attackers.
Doy, that's a damn good throwing arm you have there.
I'll cast Cure Wounds
Thank
on
you,
her for
friend.
13 points.
They weren't
Well-
very friendly at all.
The
Not
wound just
at
closes
all.
right up.
Goon's gonna lean down and take one of the bodies and get a couple vials of blood out of one of them.
Yeah, that's the one frozen body that's left out front. He's kind of
Should-
sighing.
Should I keep the light on, or do we want to turn
Excuse
that
you. Excuse you.
Wow. June gets a little sneezing fit as he walks away.
off? I think it's a few hours till daylight, but I'll keep the spell up for now.
How long
Excuse
does it
you.
last?
Forever. An hour.
Daylight lasts an hour.
Okay. You can keep it up for the hour. You're just starting your third watch. Marble, roll a investigation.
Oh boy. Nope.
Nope.
Now you pat. Well, there's two bodies. I'll let you do two. You pat the one guy down. He doesn't seem to have too much on him other than like whatever weapons he was bringing. Traveled light. 16, a little better. In his left pocket, like inside the jacket, like almost like a pocket on the inside of whatever leather or clothes he was wearing. There seems to be like a little disc. You pull it out. It's got a weird symbol on it. You're like, okay, whatever.
What kind of disc?
It's like a little 2-inch wide, 2-inch radius. Or sorry, it's 2 inches across. This just like some kind of maybe. Well, with your thieves and all that background, you get the impression this is some kind of identification for the unscrupulous type.
Yes. What material is it?
This would be made out of wood.
Wood?
It's like an oak wood,
Okay. Kind of like a big wooden coin.
basically.
That's for later.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was something else I wanted to. It escaped me. Oh well.
Well, my watch didn't go great, but we didn't die, so I'd call it a good day.
That seems reasonable.
I'm gonna rest until we're ready to, head
Oh, I'm
out.
already awake. I'm kind of imagining these guys like gathering up like the distance away and being like, okay, well this went well, but at least we all made it out.
Where's Fred and George?
Where's Fred and George? Yeah.
Oh, they'll probably be here anytime now.
Any second now.
You really killed those people, huh? Killed them good,
Who are you talking to?
Marvel.
He's under the bench. He's under the cart still.
Well,
you had
I've-
no
I've-
idea anything was going on.
I've probably stepped out at this point, I suppose.
Okay, so Marvel, you just step out.
Yeah.
I seen him investigating the bodies.
No,
too,
they
right?
were under the bodies. They were underneath
Oh.
the cart.
I dragged them under the cart. I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
he would
I'm
have.
gonna-
I don't think
Well-
he would have been seeing that.
No, I'm not gonna drag them out. I'm gonna tell them where they are so they can drag them out if they want to.
I was kind of hoping you guys would just drive away, and then as the cart rolls away, whoever's in the back just goes, "What the fuck?" It's two bodies are just underneath. Straight- you're like,
No one saw Marble go in and out of it, like.
Doria, You ran over 2 people when you parked last night.
How did that happen? I didn't even see them.
Oh,
Are they
you're a murderer
okay?
now. You're not a hero
Oh
anymore.
no.
You go to a 4-hour in service now.
Yes.
You got your license. You had demerit points. Your license didn't be taken away. You're not going to be able to
We
drive
got-
your
we
vehicle
got-
for.
There goes
2
my
weeks.
animal handling.
We gotta look at your drive cam to see if you're in the wrong. Oh, you didn't use your turn signal because they weren't invented yet. Hi, puppy.
Sumner, you're snacking in your mic again.
Oh boy, I got a heartburn now.
From what?
Murder.
My dinner.
Yeah.
Murder. Gives me indigestion. All right, a little more pops up. You tell him about the bodies.
Yeah, I guess. I'm playing nice right now.
Cool.
Anything interesting you find out about them?
Yeah,
I'll pull-
token.
I'll pull one out. Token.
I'll show him a token.
Oh. Oh. Wood, huh?
Yeah.
Not really an expert on wooden craftsmen. If it was maybe stone or something, I could. I'll just kind of squint at it and see if I recognize the symbols.
Anybody who wants to investigate it, make a history check.
Well, I guess since I'm squinting at it,
I'd say Marble could have a advantage because you're a criminal and all that background stuff. Well, you're not a criminal, but you're a rogue. You know thief stuff.
He is a criminal.
I think you use the.
Oh, the actual background is urchin, yeah.
Yeah, that's why you wouldn't get that. 20. Actually, I would say even then, you're mostly just from there, so it'd be a regular check for you because you're not from this area.
Fair enough.
20's good. 20's good.
Somehow.
Hold on. Well,
I'll be right back. Make some popcorn.
maybe you picked this up while you were in the city, Che Falls, and hold on. You would have known some history. And it made sense, Arvin. You know your dwarf stuff? There's a particular old establishment in the Southlands here known to train. First it wasn't quite thieves, but eventually it basically became people who would use that background, their skills in thieving, hired out. Let's say both of you got a 20. It's like a low-level version. The wind token, the particular wood used. They weren't the best, but these were hired people.
I would say. I don't know, but I would say show our new friend. See what she makes of it. Maybe she knows why we were attacked.
Oh, I kind of assumed she was there.
Yeah, she's
yeah.
there, but it's +3. Oh, yeah,
And I'd say, are these friends of yours, or we had run-in with them before?
no, that's the thorn. They work. There's a forest in between Che Falls and Peaford. That's where their academy is. They put it up front as well. Most people know it as a school for troubled kids. People are sent up there. You think, oh yeah, they're just gonna get. It's a academy, like a very private school. Those who are aware know that it's a front and it's used to train people with skill and theory and other things. It seems that
Oh.
they're interested.
You could have been a straight A student there, Marlboro.
Get something to say?
I thought it was a compliment.
Uh huh.
So, were we expecting an attack by them?
Why do you think you were hired?
They didn't know what was in the card either.
They're probably paid and told just as much as you are.
I guess they weren't paying enough, or else they might have succeeded.
She shrugs and does give you
You
like
want
a
more
kind
balls,
of
like
an
sounds about right.
appreciative look. Like, you guys did do your job. Kind of thank you. Like just a nod.
The shoulder okay?
Yeah, it's whatever beastie is giving you that horn is certainly blessed you with some kind of magic.
Well, I'm tapped, so if you have any more pain, talk to the gnome and ask for a muffin. I mean,
It's like
that,
an odd look, but it's like,
that
yeah.
statement in itself is kind of weird, but it makes sense once you've done it.
Those muffins are tasty.
Well, I'm gonna go sit down. And she
Yeah,
basically just plops beside the one wheel. No, she actually would climb up onto the wood. She doesn't want to get. It's still raining. Everything's still kind of muddy because it's been raining for a day and a half. So she wouldn't want to get her clothes too muddy. She
Mhm.
gets up and just sits on the bench, basically, the front.
Meanwhile, Marble is covered in mud.
You've just been living underneath the fucking thing. Well, it washes off when you're riding.
you're like Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Predator. You're just like fully covered in mud to
Yeah, what do you
block
think
the...
I have a 27 stealth?
Aldan, what were you aiming at there, buddy, when you took that shot?
I think Alden would just be quiet about it and go back to the bubble.
Yeah, Doy's gonna finish off her rest as well.
It is the middle of the night, sun notwithstanding.
Oh, sorry. I'll turn it off. I'm gonna envision the sunlight getting sucked back into the horn somehow.
Yeah. I'm kind
Kinda
of
like,
picturing it like a
Harry
game of
Potter?
werewolf.
Just kind of like Harry Potter, it kind of pulls the light from all the different light sources.
Oh,
Yeah.
with the little
Yeah.
lighter looking thing.
Technically, we're supposed to be. It's like, hey, we'll give it this one because technically you said it's supposed to be on an object.
Yeah. I mean, I centered. I read that after. I
Could have been put it on your horn and it just turns off.
Yeah, I was thinking
Clap
though.
on.
I was thinking I had it like as a. I thought for some reason I thought it was like a sphere that just hovered in place, but
Yeah, he has to double tap the horn.
Tap on, tap off.
okay. Well, that ends my watch. Smurf, you take the last.
And as he baits muffins, thieves don't come back. And let's see what it's going to be like for today. Dune, chopper, weather, whatever. What's our forecast? Oh yeah, he stepped away. Let's find out.
Oh, he's making
'Cause I know-
popcorn. That's
Yeah.
right.
Hey, it's a pretty nice day. The clouds, the rain stopped. It's still a bit cloudy. But it finally stops raining after 2 days.
Yeah.
Alright, back. Sorry about
That's a
that.
nice change of pace.
I'll come back.
Yeah. So you basically you guys start your final trek.
Should I do another animal handling?
Sure.
Still the next morning, right?
Yeah.
Did you catch me by grabbing 2 vials of blood from them?
Yeah.
I said, I know you said you were gonna do one. You wanted to do 2 from everybody, like, because there were
Just 2 total.
2 total. Okay.
Human blood for.
A spell component in case I need it.
In your mic
Need-
again.
Kyle, we hear
Sorry.
you munching.
So basically, your final trip, or your halfway point, about maybe 1, 2 in the afternoon, you guys come across the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys made it to Helene. God damn it. Is it Alt that does it? I don't know. Doesn't want to line up perfectly. But you're there.
Right.
It's a middling size, nothing special town. It does seem to be packed with a lot of people, though. Like, overcrowded. There, as you kind of roll in. Try to roll in. You actually kind of see a bunch of people going before you even get to it, like people walking
East.
east. Well, they're coming east to Helene. It's a little on the shore too, so
I remember hearing that there was
Yeah.
trouble in the villages.
yeah. So you get the idea these are like refugees or something, and one of the city guards will actually stop this big ass fucking cart and go, "What's your business?"
Oh,
They can deal with that.
Basically, he's just kind of like, It's gonna be hard finding room for something that big.
I think we're just passing through, to be honest. We've got some cargo here, precious value. Need to get through here. You say there's not much room in town.
No, we're having.
Should we go around?
That's not what he's asking, Toya. I think he wants money. And
No, I'm just letting you know that there's probably not going to be room for a cart that size. Most space is being taken up by the refugees from the west.
Maybe we should go around.
No, he's being greedy, Doya. He wants more money.
As you just
Doya
see
looks
people kinda
confused.
piling past him, like another guard is kind of looking him over. There's probably 4 people out front actually, but this guy seems to be dealing with you because it's like, I can't. This is too big.
I'll just
He looks confused.
I'll just start yelling out loud. This is outrageous. You're trying to extort me for more money just because I have cargo?
Is he?
You
Yes.
get an attention. You get the kind of some people looking off in your direction.
Now let us pass through. Or I'll have your badge.
Marvel is standing some way away, trying to pretend he doesn't know these people.
And he kind of just shrugs and says, "Good luck." As he kind of steps out of the way, you see that is nearly shoulder to shoulder in this place.
Oh, he wasn't lying, Doya.
Yeah.
Doya just kind of
Doya
Doya just kind of stares at him. She just looks baffled.
Like the first.
How
little
could you
bit,
not see that?
A lot
This
of
is-
people bringing
He
stuff
has a
in their
negative
own
perception.
cargo and their own homes, their own stuff coming through.
I think we should go around.
I agree.
Should have said something, Doya. That was embarrassing. For everyone.
What?
And Fate just
Doya
no,
looks-
just for you.
What?
Fate pops up and says, "No, just for you."
Okay. So around it is.
So you guys are skipping this
Why
place.
Don't care. I was going to question, but I don't care. If I was a different person, I might say, why are there refugees? But we need to, get paid.
We already knew there were refugees anyway.
Yeah.
Well, one of you did. You didn't tell anybody.
Was it me?
I think you were the only one who actually found out about this.
I think I'm the only one who found out about the problem up there.
All right. Well, you might have. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure the refugee thing was found by 2 or 3 other people
All
in
right.
town.
Yeah, I think Smith might have heard about it. Yeah, I can't remember. So you guys are able to you just skip the town entirely?
Do we need any supplies? Does anyone need more awesome trail
Does anyone
rations?
need a potty break?
Do we need to restock on ale? Do we need ball bearings?
Well, it's not
No,
like
thank
we
you, I
can
have
really
plenty.
get in that
Do we need
easily.
rope? We have a lot of rope.
We have
Well,
a
like
lot of rope.
one
have
or two
rope.
people could go into the city, whether or town, not much.
Yeah, we could
know.
we could make a break to go buy stuff. I just can't really.
You just your cargo
of
is
anything I
too
wanna-
big to really. You're not
We
gonna
could-
find place for it.
We could leave Smurf and Craven outside with the cart while we go shopping.
You wanna
I
buy
will stay
anything,
with
Joe?
the
'Cause I don't.
cart just in case.
I
I think the horses like me too.
don't have need of anything. I spent all my money in the last town, to be honest with you. This breastplate costs a lot. And there's a lot of people here, and I don't want to get pickpocketed outside of my party.
I've never done that to Arvin.
That's true. There seems like there's problems here that we can't solve. You know, this seems like a socio-economic issue, and we're just mercenaries.
Well, you
We'll
guys
just-
go
Go around.
We're going around.
easy enough. You may get a few miles just past the town before you down the road. There's also people who aren't just staying in Helene; they're moving onward. The road
The road's a bit more crowded.
it's a bit crowded than it was coming south. Now that you're getting around the bay, it's a little. There's people here.
There's people. Oh,
Yeah, like there might have been one or two people on the trail like down the road who were leaving Raystone from the festival, but it's like quite a bit ahead of you, quite a bit behind you. It's kind of a thin traffic. But it's a bit thicker traffic here. Just people walking along the road. Some people seem to have like an actual horse or something, or carts kind of taking their stuff. They just seem to be carrying what they have.
I'll pull my horse up alongside the cart next to Doya, and I'll say, "Keep a sharp eye, Doya. There's more people here. There might be more of those villains that attacked us in the woods. Be ready to kill anyone without any who even looks at you the wrong way."
That doesn't sound very nice, but I will keep an eye out for anybody suspicious.
Right. No questions asked.
Marvel is seriously starting to consider like how much of Dulric was Dulric and how much of it was Arvin.
Okay, I do actually want to point something out.
Mhm.
I don't know if it'll matter, but like we are getting closer to like the sea, and if we're getting closer to Kevin, maybe there's some residual effects.
Huh.
You don't know
He-
if Kevin
he-
came. Oh,
That is
you know he was on a
fair.
boat.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, fucking Goon doesn't know that, but I'm just saying that like there's the possibility that he's getting closer to Kevin, and since we've been moving towards the sea, he's becoming more of an asshole.
There's no indication that he
This
has any
could be
connection to the sea.
completely unrelated, but it's a thought.
It's
Maybe
a
he
good
just
theory.
Doesn't like the sea.
Kevin? Oh, right.
Kevin was put on a boat, but that was about it.
Why did I
Right.
forget who Kevin was? This might familiar.
Oh, all right. I guess then I guess
Drew?
completely wrong. Never mind.
Yeah, there's
Oh my
Also, that was
gosh.
on another continent, so
I mean, it could be in Port there at Shea Falls.
Or Bruce just freaking bloodthirsty.
Yeah, I guess that's also a possibility.
So, you guys made it a little bit further down. With more people on the road, at least during the night, there seems to be a few little spots of camps that are, it's as far as they made it, they settle down. Maybe 5 that you can spot little firelights around you in the distance. You just pull off the side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Make your own campfire.
Yep.
Little hut.
You're getting some looks as you're kind of passed around and basically down the road from the refugees. Like, that's pretty big, kind of thing. Some people had offered to be like, hey, can we hop on for a ride? I'll pay you, and they offer
Oh, of
not,
course,
not
come on.
much. And Fade just looks at you as no.
Well, why not?
I don't think it's our call.
We have room.
It'll slow our cart down, though.
Are we on a time crunch? I don't think so.
I mean, we've been on the road for like weeks.
Yeah.
We
It's nice, isn't it?
now, I mean, we smell bad enough. I don't need these people who have been without homes.
We don't smell.
Oh, you are awful.
No, I'm terrific. What are you talking about? My mom always tells me that.
Goon
Your
smells like
clothes are-
nature.
Yeah, see? Like nature. Doya gets it. Thank you, Doya.
Doya smiles at him.
Nature, like a dung pile.
I mean, that's just a aspect of nature. You can't always have the good with the bad.
I love how Goon and Doya just back each other up.
They're best friends.
Well, guess
Well-
where I'm going.
And it's
Under the car.
nice and dry by the time you get down there. This area is a nice open sky.
I suppose
Been hanging some
clothes
dried
guy.
flowers from underneath. It's nice. It's homey.
Get a hammock between the two axles.
Yep.
Keep an eye out for stowaways throughout the night. Does this cart have an opening, or is it literally just a crate?
Pretty sure it's just a crate on a bed.
Yeah, you want to do it like a look around it, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm just curious if there is in fact a door.
You don't see one. It just seems to be a big, large crate.
Okay. I'll go in on Fig again tonight and just say,
God.
Oh gosh.
there's a lot of people asking for rides, and we ran into those men in the woods. Worst case scenario, if someone gets into this cart, are we going to have a problem?
They're not going to get into the cart. That's what you're for.
No. I get that. But if someone does, what's going to happen? I'm not asking what's in the cart. Just what is the ramifications if the cart gets opened by someone other than us?
Well, you'll probably lose money.
Okay, well that's one thing. Sure, but I mean more of a immediate reaction.
Will be asked to get them away from the cart if they do somehow find their way in.
And
And she just blankly gave you a look, pushes up the glasses. And she knows what you're trying to do.
I
She's
see.
just not giving you nothing.
You've played 20 questions before, huh? Is it a person, place, or thing?
Just stares at you.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta give me at least that.
Why?
Have you
'Cause
said
it's
please?
fun.
Have you said please? You consider just being polite for once, you insufferable prick?
Does Goon actually say that to him?
No.
Aren't you getting at least
No,
little
but maybe
bit of
someone should.
a little bit of enjoyment out of keeping me in the dark? Just, it's been 3
It doesn't matter to me. You're not supposed to know. This cart gets traveled. It's transported to where it is. You're going to see it all the way, and then I'm going to walk away.
Meanwhile, a voice from the distance. Is he still on about that?
Besides the book, does she have anything else of interest on her possession that she's been traveling with?
Make a perception check.
Oh boy, yeah,
Ooh.
okay.
Nothing, she's like clothes for the trip. She obviously had something for like a poncho or something to keep the rain off of her when that started. Just her book and a pen or something that she writes with.
I'll go from another direction. I'll pull out my tome
This will end well.
as well. I a bit of a reader myself, and I'll pull out this tome. I'm guessing it's sort of like it's a little musky. I'm guessing it's a little bit like druidic looking in some ways. This sort of acts as a bit of a focus. I mean, the spells come from my horn, but I have some interesting things in here. Do you want to do a book exchange for the evening?
I don't think it works that way.
You don't think it works that way?
Let me rephrase. It won't work that way.
How about
Sorry.
How about you just show me your favorite page out of the book, and I'll show you my favorite page in my book.
Trying to decide if I want to fuck with him or not. Do I want to, Julie? Does Green want to fuck with Arvin?
She kind of just opens, flips. The book is open, and she kind of just, you kind of flip the pages, and it's like from front to back, just lots of pages in there. You kind of just flip, 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 and it goes for like a couple seconds. And there seems to be more pages than there should be, and it's like, closes it. Nah. Wouldn't say I have a favorite.
They're all the same. It's a terrible picture.
I mean, mine really just has like 3 pages. It's got these 2 things here. It says I can identify
I think Groot should be
magic.
really excited to show his favorite pages.
I can comprehend languages. But these I have to like sit down, and I have to get out like some incense. It's a whole thing. It's like a ritual. But this page,
That's a shame.
this one here, lets me cast the daylight spell.
And she says, "Oh, it takes you the full time to cast ritual spells. That's a shame."
Yeah.
Whoa!
I mean, I haven't I've had this ability
I'm
for
reading this particular line. It's like, oh man, you throw so much shade with that one.
I've had this power for like a week, so that's in time scale, that's a little more impressive than anything I've seen you do. And you've apparently studied it your whole life.
You're shruds.
You're an elf too, so that could be hundreds of years for all I know.
Could be.
What about Marvel? Marvel could be hundreds of years.
So when we get to J Falls, who will be meeting us there?
We have another representative. They will be helping load, them and their team will help load this cargo onto one of the trains, which you will then ride back to.
So the container will be opened.
No. This will just be placed in the train.
And you're not going
It'll
on the
fit our
train.
cargo. No, I won't be going. I'm done at Che Falls. Someone else will be taking it from there. I have understand that you'll probably be given like a particular seating arrangements. Like you won't be asked to stay with the cargo in the cargo train. It's probably a little safer, but you, from my understanding, you'll be asked to stay with the train at least as
Well,
it goes back. So hopefully you don't have any. At that point, it's under the train schedule, and they are kind of strict. So hopefully you don't have any business in Cherry Falls.
you know a lot about this mission.
I would, yes, I do.
Do you actually know what's in the cart?
I'm not trying to tell you if I know
I don't want
or
to
I
know
don't
what's
know,
in it. I just want to know if you know.
and I'm not going to tell you if I know or don't know.
You're not going to tell me. You're not very good at games.
It's
This
so
isn't a game. This is my job.
Hmm. Do you do anything for fun besides read that book?
Major persuasion check.
Oh boy.
I'll lose my mind if he rolls a 20.
I'm doing the sweater roll this time. Got it.
Nice.
That was a
Shrubs.
really good roll.
I like to play darts.
Darts. Interesting. Well, how about when we get to Shea Falls, before we load the cart up, we go for a drink, we play a game of darts, and if I beat you, you tell me what's in the cargo. You don't have to tell anyone else, just me.
You said you had your memory wiped, and she starts slipping through her book again. And as she's flipping through, she kind of just over the top of her glasses looks at you, and then looks back down at the book,
Not
and then she just stops on a page.
not wiped. I was asleep and then I was awake.
I believe the term you used was you
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 read
couldn't
back.
remember. You had your memory altered in some way. You
E-
lost some time.
I was a different person for a while.
What if I made you a different person for the rest of your life?
Oh.
Hmm. Is that a threat?
Roll an insight. Did you see she stopped on a particular page?
Okay.
You're not quite sure what page it is? Well, it's still better than what you got. Yeah,
She's being threatening.
she's being threatening. And it's like, oh,
Interesting. Yeah. You're more composed than any of the other elves I've met, but
how many elves
I-
have you met in your week that you've been alive? Been awake?
like 2 others. But you seem to have. I seem to have pushed you beyond a certain point. Maybe we'll pick this conversation up again another night.
Maybe. Was anybody looking at the pages that she's told to? Anybody with who could, I'd say, Goon or Marble?
Yeah, sure.
It's roll perception check just for the lulls.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's fucking go.
Back. What's
Nice.
the worst that could happen?
Right.
Toya, give me your shit. Wait, never mind. We're good.
Marble, did you care?
I was tempted to push her and make me a new personality.
No. She's just gonna kill you and then fucking catch reincarnate.
Reincarnate. Yeah.
No, nothing wrong. I didn't know if you were gonna roll Marble. Goon, you had just kind of caught as she stopped, It was just like a light cantrip. She was just fucking bluffing. Nothing special.
Wait, I can see the inside of her
Yeah,
book
like,
as in like.
well, as she was flipping through the page and she stopped and like was using it to threaten Dora or Arvin, you kind of glanced over and she was implying she had something really powerful. This page that she landed on was like a fucking cantrip.
Well, that's
She was just
nothing.
She was just bluffing. And yet she just closes the book after Arvin walks away. And then she looks at you. Sorry?
You weren't gonna do nothing to him. You were just gonna give him another bright idea.
Sounds like you have too many bright ideas as it is.
You know, my daddy used to tell me that. Let me show you some of my spells. Pulls out his little dirty notebook diary thing. I keep everything in here. My notes, my thoughts, my spells, my recipes. God, I love my recipes. You ever had gator stew?
And how big is the book? So she kind of just looks at it and said, oh, must not
I
be
am
that
picturing
much.
I am picturing like a book that is like smaller than his hand, like the really small, like personal fucking like.
Oh, like a post-it note kind of size.
Not quite a post-it note, a little bit larger than a post-it note, but yeah.
Okay.
Just like
And
a
she's
really
like,
like dirty, leathery, like fucking.
Must be full of lots
It's got
of
it. It's
things
got.
that.
I think it has to be made of gator skin. Does that make sense? Like right here, page 23, gator stew. So the important key here is that you gotta get your gator fresh. You know, if you don't have fresh gator, it doesn't come together. You don't get the right sort of seasoning, flavor profile. It's not good. So you gotta have fresh gator. Ideally, you also want to use some.
She
of
just
swamp water.
sighs, slips through a book on one, closes it, and goes invisible.
That's pretty good. We'll catch up later. How's your shoulder?
With your passive perception, Marble, you can hear footsteps like going around the to the opposite side of the cart. You don't see anything. You kind of just see the impression in the grass. And then someone, if like, probably not too late in the
I
night
think
for
I'm
you to wake
meditating
up.
right now.
But
Although I
it's
am
just-
semi-conscious while meditating. So.
you kind of get the impression someone's walked to the other side of the cart and just leans up against it and sighs
I like
and
her.
just
She's
sits
pretty
there
cool,
and
Doyle.
waits and just like
Yeah,
She,
burn the clothes.
she's very nice.
You know, I think we're gonna hit it off.
Doy just tilts her head.
We get two powerful magic users together in the same group. Something like that's gonna happen.
Is Goo
Yep.
even aware that the Marble's a wizard?
Probably not.
Probably not.
and then
To
talking
be
about-
fair, Marble does avoid them as much as possible.
and what does that mean about his opinion about Arvin?
I
The
said powerful.
Yeah, she makes a comment about
I know what I
Yeah.
said. I stand by it.
Arvin just sitting outside going, oh.
I mean, it's the horn.
How big is it today?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, with that kind of attitude, it's got to be, you know,
It
cold
retracted.
outside. It's cold outside.
Retracted
After
after
that-
she threatened me.
It just shrunk.
But yeah, that's gonna happen. I was gonna show her some of my spells, but she took off. She was showing off on hers. That's fair. I'll show her
Oh.
mine later.
Wasn't supposed
Yeah,
to be a
maybe
metaphor.
later.
Yeah, there's a new one I discovered the other day that I've been wanting to try, but it's
Oh?
it's kind of weird. So, like, it's only gonna happen if it happens to come up, you know.
Oh.
Julie's like, yes, magic. Yes.
I have shield. I protect
I-
stuff with shield.
I've heard of that spell. That's a pretty good spell to have, Doyle.
I have a spell.
It's a
It's
good
called
thing.
Wait, this is a spell? She holds up her shield.
I have a spell. It's called Fist.
Oh, you had the physical incarnation of Shield at all times? Doy, that's amazing.
It
Normally,
really
only sticks-
is. It helps me
normally-
protect people.
Normally, Shield only sticks around for, you know, a couple seconds, but you got Shield all the time. And you can shield other people. Normally, Shield only lets you do yourself.
Oh.
You really are a hero, Doyle.
Doya smiles. I guess I am.
Yeah. Let's go get something to drink.
Okay.
In the middle of fucking nowhere.
I guess just
Oh,
having a
that's right.
shield makes
Alright,
you
okay.
a hero. I
Yeah,
guess
you're not a
Captain
dog.
America could do it.
Yeah, right, fair enough.
Um,
You can walk to the other side of the card to get to his moonshine.
throughout the course of the night, there's a few people, one or two horses that might go gallop, one like walking past, one gallops back the other way into Helene. It's like maybe a messenger or something. That's nothing too fancy. Yeah. The stream of refugees that pretty much get up when you all do.
None of them try to like sneak onto the cart or anything.
I can just imagine Smear trying to do his muffin spiel to everybody.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's probably just everybody that way he walks past.
Yep.
There's probably more people on foot than there would be anybody with a horse, even if like our cart.
Mhm.
You know, farmers or whatever. But so you pack up, get going. See how
Yep.
far you get.
More animal handling.
Yeah, sure. Goon, what's the weather like?
Oh,
Good question.
Why is it rolling? No, fuck off. I want to. Stupid piece of shit.
Well, it starts raining again throughout the morning, and it kind of made sense. This is a well-traveled road as the mud it's turned up, and it starts raining again. It gets muddy, and you guys get stuck. The animals, the whole cart kind of just gets stuck in the mud. A couple hours into your trip.
oh dear.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Dead marble not helping.
Well, let's get
Hey,
it out,
Alan.
Noya.
Somebody take the reins while I try to push this out.
Well, that should definitely be Arvin.
I don't get along good with animals.
Or people, that's okay. Let's go.
I'm well liked.
I imagine Greenwood will be helping as well.
So you two are going in the back and just pushing?
Yeah.
The two strongest members of the group, since Greenwood is not here.
I'll take the reins,
Okay.
but I'll guide myself if I need to do anything.
Yeah, it would be an animal handling check from you, kind of get the horses to kind of help pull, and the two in the back are going to be pushing with their athletics.
Athletics?
Athletics for those in the back. You're pushing too. Cool. So there's three of you.
Yes!
Damn.
And then, did you want to roll?
Let's go.
That's the
No.
animal handling, but what's the Grewin's push?
Oh, whoops. What's she rolling? Strength? Athletics?
Mm-hmm. So pretty good. Even with Arvin completely fucking up, you guys managed to get it out of that hole, and then it kind of rolls back into the next one.
Oh no!
He kind of they end up steering a little more off the road, so it's like half off the road now, and the front sides kind of get fucked up.
I think the steering's broken.
No, you're just an idiot.
Shall we
I'm
try
quite
again?
intelligent.
Going to the left. Go to the right.
Which way do I pull the reins to do that?
I don't have time to explain it to you because I don't know. I would assume to the left or right.
It would just be right.
You start on the right side.
I would assume so, but I don't fucking know anything about horses.
I've ridden a horse once.
You pull the
I think
reins
I have
on
as
the
well, but I was like boar. I don't remember it.
I mean, the reins are tied to their face, so if you pull right, they're gonna look right and go right.
Yeah, what Bruce said.
Well, now that you want to give another go to get out of the other hole,
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's try again.
Cool. That's fantastic.
I got this.
okay.
Do you want another animal handling?
Yes. You can bless yourself as well.
Guidance.
Guidance.
Try and contact Ramira and get them to talk to her people.
Let me see something.
Well, that's better than the last one.
Well, what was the last one?
You're back.
Actually, I can't remember. 7. You can get them backed up on the road. Goon, you kind of just slip and fall face first in the mud, but the cart does.
It's
get,
fine. I'm not any dirtier than I was before.
Exactly. The cart does kind of get backed up onto the road. It seems fine. Kind of get going again. Did Arvin continuing to drive?
Not once for free.
You kind of get it up and out, and then you just jump off. All right, I'm done.
All right, Doya takes her place again to guide the animals.
Sure.
Oh,
So
before I get down, I'll look over to Fig and say, "Why are we doing all of the work? Can't you drive these things?"
It's a horse.
Yes.
And I'm back. Sorry about that.
Don't your
I'm not good
people
with
have some
horses.
sort of natural kinship with animals?
If she kind of points to the person, it's like, yeah, that farmer might.
Guys, I don't want to worry you, but I think Arvin's racist.
No.
That's not very hero-like. You're not being the person that Doya knows you can be.
Well,
Are
I will
you?
let the expert do it. What?
What?
Am I?
Yes. Are you?
Did you ask that actually aloud?
Yes.
Well, did Goon say what he said out loud?
Yes. if Doya did, yes. He's actually going to feed into that.
No, I'm maybe unknowing of other people's cultures. I think ignorance might be the word. I wouldn't say racist, though.
Oh.
I lived underground for most of my life, like literally underground.
Sounds like you're making excuses to me.
I'll believe in you.
Well, thank you. You
Move.
come drive these horses.
Alrighty. Away, ponies.
Animal handling check.
Do I need to do another one?
Just for the lulls.
Okay. Watch it plummet into the frickin' hole again.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, we're good.
God, these horses are in fact racist.
All right, well, as you start pushing through the rainy day, what was that roll again? It cleared up at night? Yeah, as it starts to clear up, getting dark, ahead of you, you see the light of the city kind of starting to fill the horizon. You know, that light pollution shit. You made it. You got it to Shea Falls.
Yeah.
You push a little bit further into the dark. As you enter the city, Fate will kind of hop down, and as a guard walks up, she kind of just confers with them, and then points you guys to go down. I'm actually gonna pull up the map so I know. You guys actually no, the train's on the outside. You guys go wide around the city, coming down from the north. There's a bridge over a little river, and then all the way around to the southeast side, where it is stored in a basically. Not everyone's needed. It's like, all right, at this point, someone else takes the reins. It is. Fade stays with the one or two, but maybe 3 people that kind of come out from some of the warehouses. He said, all right, the train is going to leave tomorrow morning at whatever time I've never set up yet. You guys have the night in the city, but now that we're this close, we might as well go the rest of the way. This will be loaded on. You don't need to be here. Have a good night.
We could help with the
Good
loading if you
night.
want.
Yeah, you can
Trust
always
me.
use a couple extra strong muscles.
No, we got the machines we need to load this into the train.
You got
Any more-
machines.
Yeah.
That's
Have we
cool.
heard
Cassie.
any noises from the crates over the last however long we've been traveling?
Make a perception check.
Never
A
thought to actually invest-
retroactive one, I suppose.
I didn't. Oh,
Well, it's not
sorry.
necessarily something you would mention out loud, I don't think.
I don't know if you wanted to, if you were interested in listening, but now that you're thinking about it, you're like, no, I didn't hear anything at any point. No.
It's because they were already dead.
I could have looked at any point. I need to know my way. And before she departs, I say, "Did you any more consideration on that dart challenge?"
You guys only have one night here before we head off. I still have paperwork to file. You guys go enjoy your enjoy the city.
You deserve a rest too. You had to travel with me after all.
Oh my god, yes.
Wow.
Yes, that's why I'm going to be doing paperwork while you're going to be enjoying the city.
It'll be nice to
time.
relax after all that guarding we did.
No time for a challenge. Hmm?
Well, maybe if you ever come back to Raystone.
You didn't like us, did you?
Didn't like you.
You're a little nosy, but honestly, it's not unexpected.
We're within parameters.
You did kind of
Well-
pester her a little bit too much.
You were
And
a
she just
worthy
walks away.
adversary. We will meet again.
Yeah. And this
Oh
is
my
like
God.
outside the fenced perimeter of the warehouses, and they leave you outside and they take it away. You aren't really given a chance to see which warehouse it's put into. Unless you like to follow. It's up to you. They take the cart off and turn a corner, but that's
I feel like, Sumner, you've been wanting us to look at this card
No,
the
I don't-
entire time, and
You-
we're
you
just
still
like,
got-
nope, nope,
you still
not fucking
got-
with it.
you still got 2 days with the cart, honestly. I think it's
Right.
2 days. You may actually only have 1 day with the cart, but
All right, guys.
I'm not
Hear
gonna
me
lie.
out.
So go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just being a smart ass out of character. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say in character, I won't deny I'm a little smitten by her. She was so stubborn. Everything I said I couldn't get a rise out of her. She did threaten to completely wipe my brain at one point, so maybe that was
She couldn't
bad
have wiped
time.
your brain, moron. That was a cantrip. She was just gonna give you
she
a bright
was
idea.
bluffing.
Yeah, she was gonna make lights. That's what she was gonna do. She was trying to give you a bright idea. Go for it.
Hmm.
You ever play that game as a kid? Red light, green light. I think she's gonna give you the green light.
She wasn't into games, and
Well, maybe you just didn't try to play the right kind of game.
What
Well,
is
I-
red light, green light?
I tried to.
So red light, green light's a game you play as a
Alright,
child.
Marble's leaving before we can start explaining the red light, green light.
Here, I'll show you, Toya.
Okay.
At this point, I think Alden's actually going to fall on Marble for a change.
It's a shame we have to follow her back to her room and kill her for her information now.
Does he actually say this?
Is that
That-
a euphemism
That
for laying?
escalated quickly.
I'm
Is
just
that a
kidding.
euphemism for laying her?
Does he actually
No.
say this?
Yeah, I say it.
Dory kind of stops and just kind of looks at
Whoa.
Arvin. She's just like,
I'm
That's
only
not-
kidding.
nice.
Major red light, my friend.
I am trying out comedy
It-
and to say things to, you know, break the tension.
There was no tension. We were playing red light, green light.
Oh, well, that's
It's-
ridiculous, though.
It's hard to imagine some tension while playing red light, green light. That's true.
No, I'm
You need
not
to relax.
serious.
Would you like to play red light, green light with us?
No, that
Are you
is
sure?
not what I want to do.
No.
No.
Yes.
I think
Marble's like, this looks super dumb, so why do I want to join it?
See, I was just picturing Marble like playing red light, green light with his rat by himself.
Aw.
It's the rat just like still coming. When you say red light, you're like, you're terrible at this game. I love you.
hmm. I feel like Doric must have been pushing your guys' buttons a lot, because maybe he said these things out of seriousness, but I tend to just joke about these kind of things. But
I
anyhow,
sure hope so. Making light about hurting someone isn't that nice.
That's a
Have
good
you
way to get Doya on your case. You don't want a hero after you,
Have
man, do
you-
you?
Have you seen me hurt anyone since I joined
Yeah.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, you've blown up a couple of people.
Well, I suppose that's true, but it was mostly the horn
That you possess and wield and use.
in the name
By,
of.
that is by extension you.
Well, no, it's the will of my patron, though,
Yeah, I mean,
and I haven't used it for evil. I've used it only for good.
well, yeah, I mean that's why I haven't been able to try out this new spell because I don't
You
want to
guys
hurt nobody.
killed a rare ancient creature. All I did was cast fly on.
What are you talking about? I can make that rare creature reappear at any time. Major image of Hydra in the city. See, look.
I'd say you're probably 20 or so feet away from the guards at the perimeter of the thing. They kind of aren't listening too much, but as this Hydra does appear, some of them do freak out, and you see one guy reaching behind, run into like a booth, and slams down on a button, and then alarms go off.
What's
Man,
going
I'll let us
on?
Get out of here already.
I'm going to retire for the night. You
That's
You
an
deal with
excellent
that.
idea. Let's get out of here.
Are those alarms?
Yeah, you hear a siren going off.
She approaches like, oh god, she says, what's going on? What can I
And he
do to
just
help?
looks at- he just looks at you as a kill that.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
I-
go ahead. Kill it, Doya. Get it. Charge.
Oh, it's that's the Hydra.
Yeah,
Dora
yeah.
takes out her
Somewhere in the
her
distance,
shield
announces
and
the alarms and just sighs.
boomerangs, and she just
Don't touch it. It'll break the illusion.
wait.
You see a bunch of people actually running up with guns,
No.
and line.
Doya can
Yeah,
handle this.
a couple people line up with guns, and they all just start shooting at it.
Well, it's up to you how much the illusion breaks, but if you let me do it, I
What's
will
Trader
just...
Illusion do?
Basically,
image.
somebody fucks with it, like shit will go through it. but,
Dora
like,
is standing there confused.
if you'll let me do it, I'll just change the thing to react to the gunshots and like have blood coming out of it, and eventually it'll just fall and wither away. But like, that's up to you.
Or are you gonna be there manipulating it the entire time? Because I think you can do that now, right?
Yeah, I can do that whenever. I can do that
Trying
every,
to pull up the spell.
I can do that basically like for the entire duration. And major image is high enough that it basically is intended to let me like make it a convincing thing, not something that I just change like every 6 seconds. silent image would let me do that. If major image is supposed to. Otherwise, the illusion just fails. Whatever.
We know Doy's just kind of standing there looking confused. She remembers this thing with them, helping them with the whole wolf thing, and being
Right,
a
just
distraction and intimidation
fucking-
thing. And now she's being told to attack by the guards, and Koo's just like, wait, don't hit it. Actually,
Well, yeah, I was gonna like, I was gonna.
I know, but still, she's
I had
being
a
told
great
two
idea to
different
have-
things.
I just had like the great idea of like, oh yeah, let's see if we can just hype Doya up even more with having her fight the Hydra.
And that's how our team got arrested.
What's your DC?
If they're doing an investigation check on it,
Mm-hmm.
I think 15, if that is
All right.
the correct thing. Unless there's a specific for
There's probably 6 people shooting.
where.
One of the people, like, they all shoot and bullets go through, and it is dark out. There are some lights, but then one guy takes a minute. Like, wait a minute, everybody, and then they all point their guns at you. And then one of them, the one that pointed, kind of the guy who set the alarm, he's like, walks over and talks to the guy who called out. And as you're kind of like manipulate, well, here's the thing: you're also using hand gestures to do this, I imagine, because it is a verbal somatic material.
For the initial thing, I'm not sure if you need to keep doing it for all the little manipulations.
I can imagine so. You're kind of puppeting it. But either way, they all kind of. One guy seems to, and then the guy who hit the button runs over. Is like, and they point at you, and they don't seem to be shooting. But you basically have 5 people who have pointed their guns at you, and one guy runs up and is this your illusion? And he pulls out handcuffs and goes to restrain you.
Well, that doesn't seem like it's necessary.
At this point, you're being charged with disturbing the peace. Or no, you're being charged. I don't know what the fucking laws are, but you.
Well, then they
interrupt-
can't charge me.
You're going to be
I'm
charged
not
with something along.
nuts.
I don't know the Do you?
Sure.
Particular exactly. Like you've caused a disturbance in front of a government property in a official state, and you caused this. Yeah, what would it be like?
You know that warehouse at the end of Indiana Jones and
Misdemeanor?
the Last Crusade?
No, not misdemeanor, mischief, and stuff
Oh.
something like you're causing this kind of mischief, and we don't know why you're doing it. For all they know, it's a distraction, so they basically are going to be arresting you for us. It would be a really small charge, but
You know what? It's not
They
gonna
put the
work
Chelsea-
because it's not gonna work because my deception's terrible. But I'm gonna go for it.
Oh,
And he
God.
starts applauding, lets the Hydra go away. He's like, "Well done, everybody. Well done. Thank you for coming to this year's."
they grapple you. So make if you're not complying to the hand grab to the check.
Athletics. Athletics.
Yeah, he with
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, if they're gonna go for it, he's gonna run off.
if you're going to run, you're gonna have 5 people shooting bullets at you.
No.
It's up to you
I got Doya. She has shield. She's got that spell.
as you run.
It's like in Skyrim. You just.
Well, if he
You're
runs
fine.
and they start shooting, she's
So
gonna
let's do
try to
the-
convince the guards to stop shooting at him.
Well, let's do the athletics. You would be using his strength, and you'd be using athletics to stop, and let's
Is
give-
Doya gonna jump in front of a bullet for him though?
Probably it's Doya.
She can't block all of them though. If she did try.
Just trying to think of a good.
Just block the important one.
Oh, no.
Well, these are guards. It wouldn't be very heroic of her to
19.
uh,
A 19. Yeah. He kind of just grabbles you. You kind of swiggle out and the handcuffs go on.
I know my rights.
And then,
Oh, God.
as the one handcuffs, 2 more other guards will walk up beside the one that has you, while the other three stay there.
Doya's gonna live long enough to see herself become the villain.
Doy's just kind of standing there
They
looking
basically
confused.
And not
just
know
look
why.
at Doya and say, "Come with us."
Okay.
They won't like put you in chains, but they are basically escorting the two of you
Okay.
to a guard post, like the barracks, like the guard post, like. Because you were together when this happened, but you
Yeah.
didn't seem to be putting up any resistance. So,
She goes,
you two are put in jail.
oh no.
Let's go, Doya.
Alnon.
Doy's gonna like kind of
Marvel,
whimper
Smear.
softly, like, we also are supposed to be in a cell.
You guys
They made a
are
mis- they made a mistake.
having a fun time
Evening
at the bar.
The bar.
Are not? Yeah, everyone's at the bar. They had no idea that. Well, you probably Marble would have heard the sirens go off with
I
his
heard the
passive
sirens go off
percent-
and I was like, not involved.
I'm practicing darts in case she comes to challenge me.
This is probably
yeah,
Arvin's
that's a
fault. I
good
don't
point.
know anything about
How
it.
far? Like, was Arvin there, or did you kind of just walk away? I can't remember how that sequence went.
As soon as he summoned it, I just walked away. I'm like, nope.
Okay. So, were you just gonna continue walking, or?
I was gonna go to the inn. Oh, what was
Let's
I gonna
say-
do? Oh, I see. If I saw guards, like if I heard the alarm,
And you would have seen guards approaching them.
I don't have that spell anymore because they changed patrons.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna cast invisibility, but instead, I'll cast fly so I can get away quicker. No.
Awesome. So, Arvin, you are the only person who knows what happens. Everyone else is, I don't know, back at the bar. Marble's, I don't know if you're there. You're probably doing whatever.
Marble's probably like training. Like he's trying to make sure he's not losing the magic touch.
Yeah, so, you probably only have.
So he's literally committing crimes.
Yes.
While they're arrested
You went
for
off into the woods,
nothing.
Yes,
into the city.
yes, but the difference is he's competently
Committing
committing
crimes.
crimes.
Yeah,
Make a
that's
stealth sleight of hand check.
A stealth
Sure.
of
stealth
hands.
of I like that.
Stealth of hands.
It works. Stealth of hands check.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I hope so.
With a plus 10, fuck.
So I'd like.
Yeah.
I'd have a
It's
few
just my
drinks.
single strongest skill.
So yeah, I imagine Aldan,
Yeah.
he took off. You just go back to an inn or something. Arvin, where do you go? I imagine by the time.
I didn't see what like. I'm not gonna like straight up follow her, but did I see what direction Fig went in? Do you have any
Make
clue
a
where she would have
perception check with
stayed?
disadvantage because it is nighttime.
And I
but
have perception.
There are lights on in that area. You just you have no idea where she went.
All right. Well, I'll just go to the closest inn that everyone else is doing, and then I'll drink and I'll play darts, and then I'll just towards as it's starting to get late, we might all want to turn in late. I think we might have to bail our friends out tomorrow. They kind of got arrested.
What? I imagine it's just that you, Arvin, Alnon, and Smearf there.
Smearf and Greywin, yeah.
Oh, and Druin. I forgot about Druin.
I didn't want to say anything earlier. I didn't want to dampen the joyful evening, but yeah, they summoned an illusion in the middle of town, and Goon did the illusion, and then I think Doya might have killed a few people defending him. I
Oh
don't-
no.
You did a few.
I'm kidding. Of course she didn't. She just went along quietly, as she does.
Smearf does well. We'll pick him up in the morning.
If we have to pay to get them out, they're paying us back.
He just shrugs. That's tomorrow morning's problem.
Yeah.
He just goes up to bed.
That's a problem for
Poor
tomorrow.
Doya.
Green, I imagine, would also probably agree.
I mean, it's their own fault, really.
Hold on. What's your opinion on this?
Do we have to bail them out?
Oh,
No.
Alden would mostly be worried about Doya.
No.
That's fair.
And
Yeah.
you would too probably be kept in separate cells, but just alone.
I suppose by proxy, if you went after Doya, he'd check on the other idiots.
Do you just wait until the morning though, or do you just?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna send my snake out and see what I can scout out. Let's see if I can find the keys.
Oh
and,
my god.
See if we can get out.
Okay. I'm trying to determine whether or not this place has anti-magic or not. Let's find out.
I mean, it's a familiar. It's already there.
I know. I was saying, how would that work? Technically, we wouldn't. But I'm just saying. Rolling. If I roll below 20, I'll give this one to you. I'll show you guys. If I roll 20 or low, there's anti-magic in this place.
Snake proof.
Oh. I rolled 29. I thought that revealed everybody. Public roll. That's weird. So it doesn't have anti-magic. Make an investigation, or with the
So-
snake stats.
So, like, I was thinking about that. Like, if I'm controlling the snake,
Mm-hmm.
You're asking it to look in places, but it.
well, I can look through its eyes, though. Is what I'm saying. Like, I can see through its vision, so like, I can just basically tell it to like look and do things. So, like, I feel like it should use goon investigation.
How does it work normally for everybody else? I
Um,
understand
it's-
perception through like a certain familiar's eyes is like, well, you're using those eyes of that animal.
Well, yeah,
Right.
but it's
You aren't controlling it
it's
so
the
much as
mental-
telling it where to go and look around. You aren't hands-on puppet.
I'm not real
Yeah,
sure
it's not
what the rules
puppeteering
on
for-
this because I used Kevin's stats, but that just
And if we
I
already
wasn't
use
really
Kevin's
sure.
stats for other people, then I'm
I
gonna.
wasn't sure. Yeah, sorry.
well, Kevin's
Familiar
Yeah,
as
there's a
and handed
special
you, it
familiar
obeys your
thing.
command. Communicated telepathically. You can see through its familiar eyes, eyes, and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn. So you're seeing through its eyes.
Yeah,
it would be.
I'm pretty sure it's their perception.
their
unit.
eyes during
well,
the
yeah,
time
for,
you
for
were dead.
perception, yeah, but like if it's investigation, like I feel like, like even if it's just a matter of telling it, like being really thorough, like with the instructions, even if they take a while, that
Well, first roll stealth.
Yeah.
For the
Sneak
snake
stealth.
with the snake stats.
yeah, no, that makes sense.
I don't
it
know. I
doesn't
feel like you would still key off of them.
key off of what do you mean?
Of their stats.
I
Their
do too. I'm
investigation.
just googling it.
Snake.
D&D Beyond.
Might have to Google
Well,
that.
for one, it doesn't matter. You rolled a natural one. The snake doesn't get very far. It is seen immediately.
Oh, alright.
Someone just picks the snake up and waltz it out the door and throws it outside.
Eats it. Oh,
They throw the snake outside.
have you ever had snake stew? You guys are. You did
Okay.
you pushed the I'll go to jail button in Skyrim instead of just paying the fucking fine.
Okay, I'll dismiss it and resummon it back within 30 feet of me,
You're not wrong.
Then pay with your blood.
and then
with your
I guess
blood.
I'll have it do another stealth check.
Yeah.
That's better.
I would have laughed if it was another one.
Lucky these aren't the orators from Morrowind.
I'm still just looking up.
I mean, it's up to you. Like ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't feel like wasting a bunch of time on this. Like, if Kevin can do a prison break, cool. Otherwise, I'm not concerned about it. Just like, I think this is just gonna come down to like a difference of like mentality or DMing styles.
Well, we'll just see if you even find a roll d20. That way,
Roll
it's
D-
not negative or it's not positive. It's just in the middle, just for now, just to see if you even see anything. 13. I mean, how's the snake gonna get it off of somebody?
I mean, so that's what I was like wondering is like if it's
Like
on
even
somebody,
if you
that's
DC
gonna be difficult.
something, it's
If,
not
like,
just
they're,
hanging on
like,
the wall.
Yeah,
And even if
that's-
it was, it
yeah.
would be hanging. If it was hanging on the wall, it'd be hanging high up on a wall. A snake can't just snake. Snake doesn't have spider climb.
I mean,
Yeah,
yes, but like,
snakes can't climb.
Yeah,
yeah,
but it
got
would be
little
kept
arms.
on. It would be kept on the person who is
mechanically,
guarding.
no, you're right. They can't climb.
No, I
towards
mean
the mechanics.
snakes in real life can't climb.
They can
wall?
absolutely climb.
A wall? No.
A flat
D-
wall.
it- Depending on what's nearby, yes, but like I'm not gonna get into it. So
Yeah.
it's not a big thing.
So it'd be kept on a person's a guard's person. They're probably patrolling or they're in charge of that particular area at the time. If you watch throughout the night, it would be handed off to a person on another shift.
It's out this thing.
Doya, you should just bend the bars.
Doya's not going to do that.
Prison break, Doya.
She's not going to do that.
Shell slam something.
Oh, and your weapons and
Bite them.
your spell book would have been compensated.
Ooh,
'Cause
that's,
they now
that's
know that
true.
you
they
are
they
a
probably
wizard,
wouldn't have let them have
So
their
you
spell
wouldn't have
focus.
had your components and your wizard and your spell book wouldn't have been with you.
Oh.
It's a good thing I would have dumped out that human blood from a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
only good for a day, right?
They wouldn't know it's human blood unless they tasted it.
That's true. That's true. Human blood does have a very distinctive taste compared to elven and dwarven blood.
Mhm.
Dwarven blood essentially just tastes like ale, you know.
A very like spicy ale,
That's
like a
racist.
whiskey maybe,
It's
like something
Fireball.
with a bit of there's a bit of kick to
It's-
it.
It's fucking Fireball.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Whatever.
All
Let's
right.
go. Yellow.
I don't think you guys are in prison for like a month. They're just probably holding you overnight
Probably.
until they can like
Oh,
charge
he
you.
might be.
Well, do any of you arrive the next morning? I imagine Smear City was. Anybody else going? Like Arna? Marble, did you even return to find that this shit happened?
He probably returned, but I don't think he found out that this should happen.
So everyone leave.
Well, if you came
They
with us
eat
in the morning, I'd
breakfast
tell you.
and wait, and like Smurf is like, no, they're sitting in there, kind of like he's taking his time to feed you all. And if conversation happens,
I think
Well, we shouldn't have done it. Come on.
I know we've only been in. I don't like to push my agenda in the group because I'm a new member, but I feel like Goon might be a bad influence on Doya.
I wouldn't
Marble
say
doesn't
you're
say
incorrect.
anything because he doesn't like admitting when other people are right.
you all guys get up and you find the particular guard station they're being kept at, just as they're being walked out. Your items were returned to you, and it's like, yeah, you guys don't fucking do that shit again in the city, especially not near that kind of those warehouses.
Okay.
Excellent response time, though. I gotta applaud you for that.
We're sorry
Should
we
give it a
caused trouble.
We are? Oh, yeah, sure, yeah, we are.
The door closes behind you all.
Won't happen again till the next time.
What did you learn, Doya?
Doya just looks confused. She doesn't really know why. She just knew that, like, I don't understand what really happened. Was
Well-
summoning. Wait, was summoning the Hydra a bad thing?
Didn't
They got spooked.
didn't
they
you know,
don't-
Doya? Magic is inherently evil, and those who use it are, in fact, evil.
Doya
use
just
magic
kind of
yourself,
stared
you
his
Emerald.
head out.
I mean, in
Hard.
this group,
I'm legitimately trying to convince her that magic is inherently evil. I'm definitely trying to persuade you into believing that.
Roll persuasion,
I don't
roll
want-
insight. I don't know. It's
I don't
how
wanna,
you
like,
wanna.
force
You don't
her to
roll
believe
good.
Yeah,
that,
I know, right?
But
Kinda-
I am like he's saying it
Or at
in
least Doya can roll insight.
he's saying it seriously. So he's like he's not making a joke this time. He's trying to tell you that for like some sort of weird lesson that will clearly backfire.
Doya's gonna think on this.
Doya will
They will
remember,
remember
this.
Help me, Toy! Fucking Arvin's is like hanging over a cliff. He's like, no. you are evil.
Stomps foot on hand, and it's all like it's like the Lion King bit.
Yo,
This is a
100% Mufasa right there.
this is a fully
Long
some
live
people say-
anti-magic.
She's gonna start getting unreasonably pissed off when people heal her with magic.
I
No!
hope she's gonna get Mage Slayer.
Just think about it. This guy here studied forbidden knowledge and learned how to summon monsters that get you thrown in jail.
What are you talking about?
Smurf gets a power from a being that many would believe to be,
Finish
some
that sentence.
heretical.
Yours is a horse with a horn on it.
I've been given this cursed horn on my head. I didn't even ask for this power.
Yes, you did.
Oh, you're right.
I asked him to do this for you, and he just looks at you, and he looks at Dune,
Like,
and he just walks away.
are you? Oh,
He
Oh, my
gives
good wasn't there,
Dune
shit,
the
never mind.
the disappointed dad look.
it doesn't work. I promise you.
He tries.
And Marble, he's kind of cool, so maybe he's not evil. But the rest of us, I don't know. Just think on it. Form your own
Doya
opinion.
just
I'm
shrugs.
telling you, the closer we get to
Arvin
the
knows
fucking,
where his bread's buttered.
I'm telling you, fucking, the closer we got into the ocean, the more of an asshole he has become. I am telling you. This is residual Kevin effect.
Oh,
I am-
speaking of Ritual Kevin, I wanted to dump the eye stock I was still holding.
That's right. You still had it.
Yeah, now that we're back like on the seaside, I'm gonna like throw it in the harbor or something.
I'm sure. It's
Telling
very anticlimactic. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
No.
you. Yeah.
Kind of bobs a bit.
Marble looks a bit, looks disappointed, and then leaves.
You turn around and a fish with one eye eats it. Oh no, it doesn't happen at all.
Do you know why he did it though? Out of character, I'm saying this. It's because deep down, he wants to be friends with Arvin, and he thought by destroying the eye stalk, he can prevent him from becoming Doya, becoming Ulrich again.
Let's not start confusing Doyo and Doric.
No.
Same-
Nothing good comes down.
Well, I will say
Same
only
person.
one of them has been arrested.
That's true. Actually,
That we know of.
not for lack of trying, but
No, true.
pretty sure only one wandered around with a corpse on his back either.
Oh, poor
That's
guy.
true. Oh, he has done some heinous things.
It was
She is-
Doya who
I'm
was the
telling
evil
you,
one all along.
She's gonna realize she's the evil one, and that's gonna kill her. She's gonna implode.
I've been the bad guy all along. Tosses
Are we
boomerangs
the
and
Are we the baddie?
cast boomerangs on self.
She's
Ugh.
just gonna lean into it, and she's gonna embrace it, and then just actually become evil.
But in the process, actually start doing more good.
She looks like a Ninja Turtle right now, but she's gonna look like the one from the Ninja Turtles 2 movie with like the spiky shell. That's gonna be her evil form.
Fuck.
Snap
Yeah.
your eye.
Isn't there a Ninja Turtle with a black bandana?
No,
I'd
it's just
I'm
love that
pretty
movie.
sure. I'm
Like,
pretty
no
sure
problem.
there is in the comics.
yeah, probably in the comics.
Like, real talk.
I'm 100% sure.
Movie.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I
the
do too.
original ones
The
was
first
just
one
black
was-
and white.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm thinking about the ones from my childhood.
The first one from the 90s that had
Yeah, the
that
real,
had,
the
So
animatronic
the live
ones.
actors.
Yeah.
yeah,
I guess animatronic. Yeah.
and it had the soundtrack by Vanilla Ice.
Did it really?
Yeah, Turtle Power was done by Vanilla Ice. It was towards the end of his career when it was failing.
Hey, I'll have you know any day Vanilla Ice is gonna drop a comeback album. All right, just you watch.
He did try to do new music. He did rock and roll. He didn't do rap anymore.
He ever did rap?
I mean, it was in the hip hop. It was more hip hop than rap, but
I was throwing shade.
You were thrown in jail.
Yeah. That's a
You
type
can
of
throw
shade.
shade while you're in jail.
Yeah. Actually, some jails you probably should, like, just to be safe, you know.
Can you believe she wouldn't take my challenge of darts to know what's in the box?
Hey, what she said, if you go back to Racetown, she might take you up on it.
No, that place was a crapshoot. I'm not going back there. No, I'm just kidding. Oh wait, we're like super well liked there. That's right. Actually, we're pretty legit there.
We're local heroes.
For the next 4 years, guys might have to go back to
Yeah,
reclaim the
they're not
championship.
gonna get something better than the Hydra next year. Next
Probably
year,
not.
whatever.
I fucking
They're good.
well, they might.
They might.
They might get something better than a Hydra. It's out there.
They might, but they won't.
It's
That
out
elk was
there.
pretty dope. Definitely got revenge on that thing.
Gonna get a giant fucking elk.
All right, so here's the plan for next year. All right, a couple of us go out there before the tournament, and we kill all the big things except the one that we want. And then once the tournament starts officially, then we kill it and bring it back.
Then everyone would be looking for the same target.
Well, that's why we kill it. That's why we have like one of our people like on it right away. And then when you guys get out there, just boom, get it.
Gotcha.
Big brain.
Speaking of big brain, I imagine our next course of action should be train.
Yep, it would be taking. You got one more day in the train. It doesn't take. Natural travels pretty fast, and it only has a few stops, so it's 24 hours straight on the train.
Deal.
I'm feeling a little defeated that I didn't find out what was in the crate. I won't lie.
It's on the train, isn't it?
Yeah, you still can.
Yeah, but I can't just look. I have to be told. This is my
Oh.
power.
She's on the train, isn't she?
No, she's not coming with us.
Oh.
Do you have message?
I don't.
Do you have the ability to learn it the next time you level up?
Start using Smearf as a telephone to argue more about with random people than me.
I don't think he would agree.
I don't have that ability.
That's unfortunate because I'd be
I
hilarious
guess
if you
we'll
just
tell
started
now, Julie, you might as
pestering
well in the
her
stream.
every day.
Just leave her a message every day. What's in the box?
It's a
What's in the
fucking box, bitch.
Your head the next time you ask. Well, yeah, we're done for tonight, so.
All right.
Yeah,
bad.